this year. They've lost those other 4 games on the road so far this season, and they have been really dominant in all the games played so far this year as we're in the pregame show counting down the first pitch of this evening's ball game, and we are being heard worldwide. We'd love to hear from you. You can send me a text message to 470-660-1799. Let us know where you're tuned in to Gol'Diggers baseball this evening. Our owner listening to us, Richie, is back over in Japan. Richie Casper, the new owner of the team this year, he left yesterday heading back to Japan, so he is tuned into our broadcast, and you can see the action just like Richie, even in Japan. No matter where you are, if you have internet access, you can go to the Gol'Diggers website at GainesvilleGol'Diggers.com. That is GVILLEGol'Diggers.com. Click on the YouTube channel. You'll get a chance to see the action. One of the great pictures they have here from Stephen McIntyre and his crew, and you'll hear the play-by-play of Joe Gailey and I to bring you the accent of Gol'Diggers baseball here from 97.5 Glory FM, your home team for North Georgia sports. Again, you can let me know where you're tuned into our broadcast. You can send a text message to 470-660-1799. Again, 470-660-1799 as we bring you Gol'Diggers baseball on this last Friday of the regular season. Then we're back with you again on Monday for a twilight doubleheader. We'll start things off early in the afternoon at 4:15 with our pregame show, counting down to the first pitch of Diggers baseball as they take on the Waleska Wild Things. And that big doubleheader, they had the game back on Monday postponed due to rains. They're playing as part of a doubleheader, so they're playing 2 7-inning games coming up with the first pitch starting at 4:30 on Monday. Then they'll have like a 30-minute time intermission between the games, and we'll have the second game starting about 30 minutes after the conclusion of game number 1 coming up on Monday. And right now, Coach Owings is getting his team playoff ready. He knows he's going to be in the postseason. More than likely, they'll be the number 1 team overall. They have already clinched the East Division Championship here in the Sun Belt League with the 9 teams vying for a berth in those 6 teams vying for the postseason. The bottom 3 teams will not make it. It looks like right now the defending Sun Belt League champions will not make the postseason, and that's the Alpharetta Aviators. They're sitting in the cellar in the East Division right now behind both the Gol'Diggers and the Waleska Wild Things in the division. And so it'll be interesting to see that the defending champions don't make the postseason of play as we get ready. As Joe Gailey says, he's ready to talk with me, so let's get him ready to go here as we bring him into our pregame show. Hey, Joe.
Hey, Michael, I thought I'd just wear him out early, folks, and get him really talkative before game and see how the game played. I had to finish getting my roster. I got it late, so I had some guys I had to swap around for Brookhaven tonight, so I had to finish that roster out. But, yeah, the standings as we're looking right now in the east side, the Gol'Diggers are 18-6, Wild Things are 13-10, and the Aviators are 6-7. The Aviators, like you said, looks like they're going to miss the playoffs totally this year with the unfortunately for them, the worst record in the league at this point. Wild Things have a little bit tougher road to hoe, and I mean that. What I mean by that is they have, counting tonight, they've got 5 games left, where Gainesville only has the 4. So, you know, they played every day since Wednesday. They split Wednesday and Thursday's game with the Monsters and the Crackers. They got the Aviators tonight, tomorrow night, then Gainesville here for a doubleheader Monday, and then go to the Atlanta Blues on Tuesday. And the Gol'Diggers have the Bucks tonight, Wild Things Monday, and the Astros on down there on Tuesday. So, you know, I'll say a little bit easier road, but they're all tough games. But as you mentioned in pregame there, Mike, that you know the Gol'Diggers have been very, very good both offensively and defensively this year. They've had some really good defensive outings. The pitching has been outstanding, in my opinion, for a summer league baseball team, and you know, the guys have just been, the other night they took advantage of some hits and getting on early and going. They won 4-0 in a rain-shortened game, and they were pitching very well. Sechrist had 5 strikeouts early on and had 2 outs there in the top of the 6th before it was called because of the rain. So we'll see how it goes tonight. It looks like, I'm going to knock on wood, we may avoid the rain tonight. It's clouded up nicely and raining to our west and to our north. We'll see how the rest of the night goes. Tonight's action, Mike, we have obviously the Bucks here at Gainesville with the Wild Things, Waleska's at the Aviators. The Astros are at the Chattahoochee tonight, a long road trip for them. And the Monsters have a long road trip coming north to play the Atlanta Blues this evening. So depending on what happens tonight, the Gainesville could clinch tonight as far as the overall seed also with the games. Of course, the Crackers are off tonight, and they've got but they've only got 3 games left. They've already played 25. They're 15-10. So they may wind up, if they win tonight, if Gainesville does, they might wind up with the overall #1 seed.
That means if the Crackers have got 3 games left, that means they're the odd team out this weekend. They'll have to play Monday and Tuesday, those 3 games.
And that's kind of what I'm thinking is going to happen. But I did not look at the schedule like I probably should have. But that's what I saw a second ago.
Right, and with that too, you mentioned like with Waleska, is just how their growing schedule is going to affect their pitching, whereas Gainesville is set up for their pitching right now.
Well, they are with only having 3 games and having as many guys as pitched tonight. They've got Blake Wehunt going to pitch. And Blake has been outstanding all year. I think he's had 1 outing when he didn't really pitch great. But he's had 34 strikeouts in 27 2/3 innings. So, he's throwing the ball extremely well this year. The hard thrower, and, we'll see how he does tonight against his team.
Well, you see so far for the Gol'Diggers, when you've got Blake Wehunt out there and you've got Halton Hardy, you've got Zach Valentine, now you've got also Xander Seacrest, who you saw back on Wednesday night. You've got basically a 5-man pitching rotation ready to go the rest of the way. You're playing a best-of-3 playoff series next weekend, so you're well blessed there.
Right.
Then you get by the semifinals, which they lost last year in a 3-game series to the Columbus Chatahoochee in their first year. Then you get a chance to play for the championship, and then everybody's ready to go.
Exactly. Well, and you look at Gainesville's pitching roster, Mike, and they've got a bunch on there. But Max DeJong is a hard-throwing right-hander out of the University of Georgia that can sling it up there. Beaver has had some good outings from Flower Branch going on to Georgia State this year. Austin Grouse was a starting pitcher in the All-Star game. Spencer Hamlin's pitched some. Miller's pitched a little bit. Seacrest pitched well the other night. Stanford's pitched some. Valentine's had several good outings this year. So, I think overall, pitching staff-wise, I think Gainesville's in pretty good shape for the rest of the season, barring any injury. Hopefully, everybody will stay healthy the rest of this year.
Again, we're counting down the first pitch of Gol'Diggers baseball here on this last Friday of the regular season. It all began for us back on June the 6th. Season began back on May 31st, and I told you how quickly it would fly by. Here it is next Tuesday, the last game of the regular season.
Exactly right. And as you said, the Crackers will play the Bucks on Saturday, and then they've got the Aviators at home on Monday, and they go to the Aviators on Tuesday to finish it out for them. So they've got 1 home game and 2 road games left to do the Atlanta Crackers.
So these Bucks are playing tomorrow night against the Crackers.
That's correct. That's correct.
So that'll be a big game for them also.
Yeah, it will be. And at this point in the year, depending on seating and everything they're all big games, if you will.
Well, look for the Bucks. So they're in the situation, seeing how high they can finish as a seed as a wild card team, and not mathematically out of that division championship there in the Sun Belt West.
Well,
Sun Belt Central, I should say.
They're 11-14. That's 25 games. They got 3 to play. There's no way they can be #1, but they could overtake the Blues and wind up #2, depending on how they handle their business the rest of the season. The Blues also have played 25, so that whole division, the Central, have all played 25 games and all have 3 games left. And then you look at the West, Chattahoochee have played 23, Astros have played 22, Monsters 24, so they've got some games to make up. And of course, here in the East, the Gainesville's played 24 and have 4 left. Wild Things have got 5 left, and the Aviators have 5 left. So we'll see how the rest of the season goes. And I think the rain, hopefully, will be out of here after today for a few days, and maybe supposed to come back the first of next week. Hopefully, it will get up and get on out of here, though.
And we'll see how that affects the field here at Ivy Watson Baseball Field, home of your Gol'Diggers. And again, we'll say hello to everybody tuned in to our broadcast. Again, the owner of the team, Richie Casper, tuning in to our broadcast over in Japan. I think it's 13 hours different than over the next day over there in Japan. And Richie's done an outstanding job with this team, changing the name and really changing the culture of this team, along with Micah Owings and his staff this season for the team this year. And they've been successful basically since day one. Lost those first 2 games of the regular season. 2 of their 6 losses came the first 2 games of the season. So since that time, they've gone 18-4, Joe. And that's a great record right there.
Well, it is. They've done extremely well. We've seen them in good days and bad days, good days and not so good days. Let's put it that way. And tough luck a couple of times, losing by a run here at home, 1 in extra innings and 1 late in the game when the team came back. And it might have been the Bucks team came back, beat them 6-5, and actually one that got called in the top of the 9th due to lightning and rain. So there's two more chances where they could feasibly be at the 20-win mark. And you know, they win tonight, they'll match last year's win total at 19.
Right.
So it'd be great if they could win 2 or 3 more and surpass that. Of course, that always, those goals, as Michael will say, the goal every year is to do one better, match last year and do one better. So, you know, they do that. They go win 2 more out of the 4 this weekend. Next week, they'll pass last year's win total or match it, and then go into the playoffs maybe as a top seed and go from there.
That'll be a record number of wins for the team since their beginnings back when they were the Lanier Tides, then the Gainesville Braves, now the Gainesville Gol'Diggers. This would be a record-setting year for them again, and that's how it's gone every year that Mike Owens has been the manager of this team.
That's true, and I think that, you know, his connection is, as we've mentioned throughout our broadcast this year, between his connection, Chris's connection, John Mark's connection, you know, just around the nation, if you will, because with Michael playing in Arizona with the Diamondbacks, with Chris
Reds.
playing
Played with them too. Of course, Chris played for the St. Louis Cardinals and for the Florida Marlins back in the day.
Exactly.
Also, Milwaukee Brewers played with them.
A lot of connections. Of course, they've got a lot of connections on the college level too, because that's obvious when you look at some of where the guys are from. You know,
Absolutely.
Starting catcher tonight is our man Sam Gilliam, and Sam's from California, Dublin, California, and plays at Chabot College out there. And Sam will be starting catching. I haven't seen him in a couple of games, letting all the other guys.
And think about him, Joe, just an example, I mentioned with Richie back on Wednesday night, our last chance to talk with him, is how the community rallied around this team. And to have somebody like Sam live with you for a couple of months here in Gainesville has been a huge thing.
It's been really big, and that's part of the thing, like I mentioned with Richie Casper the other night, is having those kids in the community, the 9 host homes that we have each year, buying in and say, yeah, he can come and live with us for a couple of months. It'll all be good. And, you know, they go from there, and you know, I'm sure these kids have had some good experiences. And speaking of experience, Mike, I just have to tell you what I saw down there. The team was all knelt down. They were saying their pregame blessing. I think they had one of the local pastors or a team, whatever, praying down there with them. And I know with our background in our station, it's really cool to see them.
Well, it's good to have the FCA involved with us. And our PA announcer tonight filling in for Ryan Casper is Ryan Phillips of West Hall High and Hopewell Baptist Church, who's also associated with the Fellowship of Christian Athletes over at West Hall. You hear his voice there in the background, filling in for Ryan Casper. Time for the starting batting orders, and with those, here's Joe.
All right, for the Brookhaven Books, Adam Haber, number 10, from the center fielder tonight, batting second. The second baseman, number 3, Wade Richardson. In right field for the Bucks, number 7, Jack Harry. Cleanup hitter tonight, an extra hitter, number 6, Scott Mudler. First baseman tonight, number 2, Kyle Carlson, C-A-R-L-S-O-N. Drew Miller will bat next. He's the left fielder and wears number 25. Wearing number 33 is Aiden Wright. He's the third baseman tonight. Great man is an EH. Cole Forrest wears number 12. Number 9 is Dimitri Diamant. The shortstop wears number 9. And number 10 man is Justin Carr, the catcher, wears number 24. Trey Felt will be the starting pitcher tonight. He's pitched in 5 games, 18 in the third inning, 18 Ks, 7 walks, and a 2.95 ERA for the season. For the Gainesville Gol'Diggers, they're 18-6 on the season. Jackson Mayo will lead it off. He's an EH tonight. He wears number 2. Trip Moore, the left fielder, he wears number 1. Bat second, batting third is John Anderson. He's an extra hitter tonight. Wears number 29. Cleanup hitter is number 15, Theo Bryant, center fielder. Bobby Bozer bats 5th, wears number 8, and he's the shortstop this evening. Riley Stanford, the first baseman, wears number 18 this evening. He'll be at first base. Brady Moore, the third baseman, wears number 17. Batting 8th is Sam Gilliam, the catcher, wears number 6. Bryce Roddy, the second baseman, wears number 24, bats 9th. Batting 10th is number 9, Parker Brocious, the right fielder. Pitching for Gainesville tonight is Blake Wehunt. Pitched in 6 games this season, 27 2/3 innings, 9 walks, 34 strikeouts, ERA of 2.28. So we're looking for Blake to have another good outing tonight. Keep that ERA low, and hopefully Gainesville can get on the board early and often, as we say, and get out front early.
You can see, Joe, too, a little shakeup in the defensive lineup for the Gol'Diggers tonight.
Yeah, Jackson's going to be sitting out as far as defensively. He'll be EHing, but leading off as we've seen him this year. And John Anderson will be EHing instead of playing second base. You'll have Bryce Roddy at second tonight, and then you'll have Brady Moore at third tonight.
For the Gol'Diggers is number 30, Blake.
You'll have Theo playing out in center field, and Roach is out in right field for the Diggers tonight.
Correct,
so it'll be interesting to see this defensive lineup for the Gol'Diggers.
See how they do tonight. I know they've had a couple of close games already, so we'll see how they do.
We're going to stand to our feet for the playing of the national anthem. We're back in 2 minutes. And we're getting ready to play ball here from Ivy Watson Baseball Field, home of the Gainesville Gol'Diggers. I'm Mike Warford, joined by Joe Gailey, Nathan Laddie producing our game back at our studios at 97.5 Glory FM. Again, you can let us know where you're tuned in to our broadcast with a text message to 470-660-1799. 470-660-1799 as we get ready for this Sun Belt League ball game tonight. We're your #1 team in the league. The Gainesville Gol'Diggers looking to match the win total from 2021 and stepping in to bring you the play-by-play coverage. Here's Joe Gailey.
Thank you, Mike. Get the picture, folks. Gainesville all in the red tonight with the gold and black trim, black hats, gold bills. The Bucks in the old North Hall colors, Mike, of the forest green, gold and white, and the gray jerseys. We have on the forest green hats and the gold B for Bucks on the front. And that's how they'll be playing tonight, folks, as we get ready. Big Blake Wehunt. I'm calling him Big Mike because he's 6'6", 225 pounds. Carnesville, Georgia, is a junior at the University of Southern Mississippi, will be pitching tonight. His battery mate will be Sam Gilliam, number 6. Around the outfield, we'll have Trip Moore in left, Theo Bryant in center, Parker Brocious in right, Brady Moore at third tonight, Bobby Boser at short, second base tonight. I think I wrote that down wrong. Second base tonight is going to be Bryce Roddy. Yep, and then Riley Stanford's at first, Blake Wehunt pitching, and Sam Gilliam will be catching this evening. Leading off for the Bucks, we have Adam Haber. He's a Chattanooga State Tech player. Wears number 10. He's a center fielder. Then followed by number 3, Wade Richardson from Columbia State Community College. Jack Herring, number 7, the right fielder from Rollins College. That'll be your 1, 2, and 3 guys this evening for
the Bucks.
The Bucks.
And don't forget, Blake Wehunt stays at Southern Mississippi. You get a chance to see him when they play down at Georgia State because they're the newest member into the Sun Belt Conference of college baseball.
Right, and I was talking to one of the coaches for the Bucks who had a North Carolina A&T, and they moved over to the CAA conference out of the MEAC. And he said there's one of 3 of the HBCU colleges that have got out of the HBCU conference and gone on to other college conferences, he was telling me. So
the NBAC is really suffering. They lost both Florida A&M and Bethune-Cookman last year, and now with them going to the Columbia, it'll be really a big hit for them.
Delaware State and another one had come out. Here's the first pitch right there. It's called a strike on the outside corner to Haber. Haber batting .241 with a couple RBIs on the season. He's a center fielder, wears number 10 for the Bucks. Next pitch, swung on and missed on the outside part of the plate. Nice pitch that time by Blake.
First pitch came at 6:42, about 7 minutes late this evening.
0-2 pitch. Did he go? He said yes, he did. He was swung, so it'll be a strikeout 1 for Blake Wehunt on the evening. That'll bring up Wade Richardson, the second baseman. Wade is from Columbia State Community College, batting .313 on the season. 2 home runs, 6 RBIs. Number 3, Haber was a left-hander. Richardson's left-hander. We're seeing a lot of left-handers here lately, Mike.
Let's see how Blake can deliver the ball against these lefties.
That one's inside. 1-0.
Blake's a no-nonsense type of pitcher, buddy. He gets the ball back from Sam Gillian. He just gets it signed and goes.
Yep, he does. Like to see that. 1-0 pitch. Swung on a miss. Good fastball right there on the outside part of the plate, 1-1. The clouds have helped to keep the sun out of everybody's eyes, but it's still very humid outside as I was wiping sweat from coming in. Oh, that one bounced away. The 60 foot 6 inches became about 59 feet that time. 2 balls, 1 strike. 1 man out here in the top of the first inning. The Bucks 11-14 on the season, as we mentioned in the pregame. The 2-1 pitch. There's lifted high into left field. Brocious goes out, makes the grab for the second out of the inning. F9 if you're scoring on.
And that's at right field.
I said right. Yeah, I said left, didn't I?
Yes, sir, you did.
Mike asked me earlier if I was ambidextrous. No.
Right fielder, number 7.
And I told him I wasn't, but I keep getting them messed up when they hit, so forgive me for that. The right fielder, Jack Herring, wears number 7 from Rollins College. 341 hitter on the season, 3 home runs, 25 RBIs, leading RBI man on the Bucks team. That big curveball broke in there right there to letters. 0-1.
You see how smooth Blake is out there on the mound.
Yep, he is. Like you said, no nonsense. He just gets up there, throws it, boom, strike. That's a fastball right down the pike for a strike call.
He's always in control, Joe.
0-2. Trying to not waste his pitches and get done in a hurry. He might want to get back to the dugout in front of the fan. The 0-2 pitch bounced away over towards the third base dugout.
You see how hard that ground is in front of home plate, too.
Yeah, Michael was actually wetting down the infield a few minutes ago, but you would think as much water, but no, you still got to wet it down because it gets dusty pretty quick. And it is hard, as Mike said. 1-2 pitch. Ball 2. That was low and bounced away.
And for some reason, the ground here just soaks up like a straw. It just goes right into it.
I think that's probably attributable to David Presnell, the groundskeeper for the city schools athletic facilities. And David's done a marvelous job in getting them where they're in playable condition pretty quickly after rain or bad weather, whatever. So batter steps out, does Herring.
And David's as good as anybody there is in the business.
He worked with Park and Rec before he moved over to the school system several years ago. The pitch. Outside call, strike 3 for the third out of the inning.
And that'll do it for the Bucks in the top half of the first inning. They retired 1, 2, 3. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on base at the end of a half inning of play. It's the Brookhaven Bucks nothing, and the Gol'Diggers are coming to bat. And back here, Dom, you watch the baseball field. Bottom of the first inning with the Gol'Diggers getting their first at-bat. They need to do the same thing we did back on Wednesday. Send 8 men to the plate and score some runs.
Yeah, crooked number, as Mike likes to call them. Hopefully we'll get that going with maybe 5 or 6 or 8 or something like that tonight. That'd be nice to see. For Gainesville, you'll have Jackson Mayo, Trip Moore, and John Anderson, 1, 2, and 3. And defensively for the Bucks, in left field, you will have Drew Miller. In center field, you'll have Adam Haber. In right field, you will have Jack Herring. Third around to first, the third baseman is Aiden Wright. Dimitri Diamant is the shortstop. Wade Richardson is second base. Drew Carlson is at first. Pitchers Trey Felt and Justin Carr is the catcher. Felt pitched in 5 games this season, 18 in the third innings, 18 strikeouts, 7 walks, and a 2.95 ERA. Mayo comes in batting .288, a homer, 6 RBIs from the University of South Florida. Left-handed hitter stands in, awaiting the first pitch from Felt. There's a high fly ball deep right field. That ball is way gone. It'll hit the road and bounce in the pond down there. He got all that one on the first pitch, Michael.
It goes deep into Casper Cove here. The bottom of first, they lead things off. First pitch of the ball game, and Jackson goes deep, and the Diggers lead 1-0.
Jackson felt that one. That's 7 RBIs, second home run of the season, and he jumped all over that first pitch. Look at him green as he comes across home plate. Right there as they tap helmets with Trip Moore there at the plate. That's good. Jackson getting off to a great start this evening. Good job. I'll bring up Trip Moore, number 1. The left fielder, University of Georgia product. 341 on the season, 2 home runs, 9 RBIs. Tripp's been in the EH, been in left field. Pitched by Felt, here it is. Stayed high. You may not want to throw that first pitch fastball anymore, I reckon.
I was thinking the same thing, that Tripp would be sitting on it also there, as hard a hitter as he is.
Yep. The 1-0 pitch now by Felt. Strike call as curveball broke across through there.
And most of the time you hear the ball come off the bat of Tripp, it is a solid hit.
He had one the other night. It was a rip. The BB out to the outfield was single, but it was a rip. There's a hard hit ball. That was going to go into center field and fall in for a base hit. So 2 men up, 2 hits in a row. Runner on first now and a run in here in the bottom of the first.
You can hear that one, Joe. Even with the ball not hit as far as you thought might go, you heard it go off the bat there. It was a solid hit by Tripp.
The thing is, with our crowd mic out here, Mike, and all these wood bats, you don't hear the ting, you hear the solid wood hitting, and that's a really cool sound for sure. John Anderson, an extra hitter tonight. John's usually a second base. Got the night off defensively right now. Wears number 29, batting .315. On the runner is going, pitch out. He will not be able to handle it. And a belly flop down there at second base by Trip Moore. So a stolen base by Trip. Catcher caught it cleanly, but when he started to change hands, the exchange, he did not hold on to it cleanly. So now runner on second. As we see again, Coach Mike Owens loves to run.
And the first of hopefully many stolen bases tonight.
Yep. That pitch is on the outside corner. Nice curveball by Felt that time.
So we'll talk to Casper next year. We'll try to have a stolen base inning. So,
Yeah.
Win a prize, we can get a stolen base in the game.
There you go. 3 home runs and 11 RBIs by John this season. 2-1 pitch from Felt. Here it is. Outside corner, 2-2. So Felt may wind up having to live on that outside corner tonight, Mike. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 run in, a couple of hits in a row. A long home run by Jackson Mayo to lead it off on the first pitch swinging over the right field fence. Here it is. That one stayed inside a little too much. Full count now.
One thing about here in this league, we've seen it all season long, you can make a living with a ball in the outside corner.
You sure can. You sure can. And that goes either side, right or left, that's for sure. The payoff pitch coming to Anderson. Felt hesitates. Now there's the pitch. That one stayed outside. Now it's 3-2. Now it's 3-2.
I always go back to see the Tom Glavine pitching for the Atlanta Braves back in the day in the mid-90s. He was just lived off the outside corner. He'd been loving the Sun Belt League.
I saw a highlight of when Maddox was pitching after he came over from the Cubs and pitched with the Braves. He threw a pitch the other night, Mike. I'll finish that story in a minute. The payoff pitch, here it is from Felt. Swung on and missed. Struck Trip Moore, or John Anderson out right there. So first strikeout, first out of the inning. Bring up Theo Bryant. Theo's from Atlanta, plays at Tennessee Tech University.
At center field, number 15, Theo Bryant.
357 on the season, 4 home runs, 20 RBIs. Got his 20th the other night. He wears number 15. We've seen Theo in left, in center, and as an EH. Yeah, Greg threw one to a right-handed hitter and Greg remembers he's a right-handed pitcher. It started out over here in the left-hander's batter box, and it curved right around across the plate. It was a beautiful pitch. Seeing the replay of it, and I watched it 2 or 3 times because it was just, how did that ball go that far? Looked like it broke about 1.5 feet or something. First pitch was a check swing. It was low to Theo, so 1-0. Felt checks his runner at second. The pitch. Theo with a big cut on a pitch that fell below the bat that time. 1-1.
His Golden Eagles out of Cookeville, Tennessee, playing in the Ohio Valley Conference, another conference been hit hard by realignment in that league.
All these colleges jumping ship and going here and going yonder. Now they fake going back to first, and Tripmore dives back into second safely. Second baseman Richardson playing over there, kind of cheating that direction. So if Theo could hit one inside out, have a nice little hole on that right side. That runner going to third, he's going to be safe and down the line, and we'll have another run score. The catcher hurried it up. He bounced it to the outside part of third base, right by the third baseman right, and another run will score on a stolen base and an error by the catcher.
So it's 2-0 Gold Diggers here in the bottom of the first inning. There's that crooked number.
Yep. That's what we talked about, Michael. I see that crooked number, which is higher than a 1 is a crooked number, folks. 2-1 pitch with 1 out and 2 runs in here, bottom of the first. That pitch is outside, 2-2, or 3-1 now. Felt struggling finding the plate this inning. 3 balls, 1 strike to Bryant. Foul tipped into the glove, 3-2. Bobby Boser, on deck hitter. Where's number 8? Shortstop for the Gold Diggers. The 3-2 pitch. Swung on a miss, struck him out. So 2 runs, 2 hits in a row, and then 2 Ks in a row, Mike.
And that's one thing we've got to work on, especially in the postseason, these high number of strikeouts for the team.
Yep, Bobby Boser, as I said, wears number 8, the shortstop, University of South Florida. 267 on the season, 3 home runs and 8 RBIs. Bobby been a mainstay and stalwart at shortstop this season. First pitch to him is up high. 2 runs in, a couple of hits here, 1 error by the Bucks. Felt looks into his catcher car. The pitch stayed inside low, 2-0. I was down on the field earlier, Mike, and it was still extremely sticky, even though it was clouding up then. 2-0 count. Stayed way outside, bounced up there, 3-0 now to Bobby Boser. Riley Stanford would be next. Bobby stepped out for a moment, now he steps back in. Carr goes through the signs, Felt ready. Here's the pitch. There's a ground ball, went foul down the third base side.
And usually, Joe, for Coach Owings with a 3-0 count, he'll give the guy the green light, and you know it's going to be probably a strike, so he was swinging that one.
Yep, he was. And Coach Owens down there took his hat off just as a ceremonious as the ball went by, thinking it might bounce into his cap, but no doing. That one stayed inside, and then Bobby Boser will trot down to first base with a walk.
First walk of the ball game, he gets a free pass down to first base. And mentioned those caps there are available for sale when you come to Ivy Watson Baseball Field next Monday for the doubleheader. And then in the postseason next Friday, I've got the caps for $20 and the T-shirts, all sizes, men's and women's there for $15 here at the home of the Gold Diggers.
Riley Stanford, 18, wears number 18. He's the first baseman this evening. Georgia Tech product, 222 on the season, home run and 5 RBIs. Throw over the first, threw it behind the runner, bounced over there. Now the guy can't get it. Bobby points over to the dugout thinking the guy might take off. It's all kind of like the majors, the way they kind of mess with each other, I tell you what.
You got to have fun.
You do for sure. First pitch now. Hit lifted high, but shallow. Let's see if the second baseman, Richardson, gets over there and makes the grab for the third out of the inning.
And for the Gol'Diggers here in the bottom of the first inning, they scored 2 runs on 2 hits. There was 1 error, 1 man left on base at the end of 1. It's Gainesville 2, Brookhaven nothing as you're tuned to Sunbelt League Baseball on 97.5 Glory FM. We go to the top half of the second inning. Got a treat there, and Joe got a chance to meet the former owner of the Gainesville team. It was Rick Clark, who owned the team when they were known as the Gainesville Braves over the last couple of seasons. And he bought the team, Joe, and then had the COVID era back in 2020 and did not have a chance to play a regular season game that year. But then last year, they were the regular season champions of the league, going 19-9 of the season before going into the postseason, losing to the Columbus Shadowhoots in a 3-game series. So they ended up winning 20 games last year overall on the season, including the playoff game, losing those 2 to the Shadowhoots. Great to see Rick Clark. Congratulate him. That's the reason why we're here, because of him buying the team a couple of years ago. As we start at the top of the second inning, the Wheeling has a 2-run lead. Scott
Muddler, number 6, one of the extra hitters for the Bucks, is up. He's a Northwest Florida State College product, 333 with 7 RBIs on the season. First pitch by Blake is a strike right at the knees. Fastball, 0-1. Like you said, Blake works just consistently without being in such a hurry. Next pitch is a curveball, broke beautifully. Started out there and then broke across the inside part of the plate for strike 2. 0-2 is the batter. Muddler steps out, rearranges his batting gloves. Now stands in. The 0-2 pitch. Tried to get him to go for 1 outside. Now it's 1-2.
7 p.m. Eastern time, 4 p.m. on the West Coast for the Gilliams, and I think it's like 8 o'clock in the morning tomorrow over in Japan with the owner of the team.
Swung on and missed. It bounced up. They'll have to throw it down there. Sam will step out, throw it down to Riley for the first out of the top of the second inning. So another strikeout. That's 3 on the day for Blake. First out of the second inning, and bring up Kyle Carlson, first baseman, wears number 2, Kyle from Piedmont University. 280 hitter, 1 home run, and 15 RBIs on the season. He wears number 2, right-handed batter. Stands in there. Blake already really throws a curveball, a pretty one across the inside part of the plate. 0-1. I wish, if we'd seen Blake pitch all season long, I bet he's got a high percentage first strike.
Oh, he does.
Pitch 2. Swung on a miss to the inside. Hard ball right there, 0-2 now.
This is about the 4th time you and I have seen Blake pitch this season.
And one time when he didn't pitch good, it seemed like he slowed down a lot. If you remember, we were talking about that.
Yep.
Chris went out and talked to him and got him back on track. That one almost was strike 3, a little low. 1-2 now. To Carlson. Carlson plays right up the road at Piedmont University. Swung on and missed. Got away from Sam, bounced out in front of him. He'll go on the inside this time and throw it down to Riley for the second out of the inning. Kay with 2-3 put out. Second out, and that's 4 strikeouts on the evening. Drew Miller, left fielder, wears number 25, will be up. He's a Colby College product. 259, a home run, and 8 RBIs on the season.
Drew Miller.
And again, you see all the pitches thrown by Weehaw are effective.
Yep. They are. Well, and he's playing, of course, all the guys that play college baseball are playing big-time college baseball, but University of Southern Mississippi, there's a bunt foul down the third base side. University of Southern Mississippi's got a climate where you can play pretty much 365 days a year of baseball.
They're in Hattiesburg, Mississippi.
And probably only have to wear your sleeves maybe 5 of those days, if that many. No balls, 1 strike. Outside, 1-1.
They're going to be right in the middle of the West Division of the Sun Belt Conference coming up next year in baseball.
We were talking about that. That Sun Belt's going to be a big, long conference from one spot to another next year.
Yes, it is.
1-1 pitch. Did he go? Umpire at third base says he did. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. Had to ask for help twice, and the third base umpire, Johnny, on the spot and watched him as he went around 2 times. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 men out. We hunt with the pitch. Foul off.
Yeah, Joe, the Sun Belt Conference will go from Huntington, West Virginia to Statesboro, Georgia, out to San Marcos, Texas.
So it's almost like a reverse L shape.
Mm-hmm.
So when you go from San Marcos up to the one up in the northeast, that's a long road trip, especially on bus. 1-2 pitch, fouled off at the plate.
Well, you're going to see, I'm sure, with baseball also, especially with football, which begins here on 97.5 Glory FM coming up on September the 3rd with Georgia State football. Mm-hmm. It's going to be one of the premier FCS conferences in the country.
Mm-hmm. Without a doubt, it'll be a good one, that's for sure. With all this changing around, everybody's kind of feeling their way around it, seeing how it's going to do this season.
And part of the FCS is still an FBS conference, one of those mid-level, mid-majors, I should say.
1-2 pitch. Outside, 2-2.
I know Dave Cohen will correct me immediately, but it is still an FBS conference, one of the mid-majors. Of course, the Power 5 down to Power 4, maybe down to Power 3 before we know it.
Who knows? Who knows? That's what Mr. Herbstreit thought it would be, get down to 3 of them. There's a ground ball out there. Riley Stanford makes a nice backhanded grab, flips it over to Blake Weedhunt. Nicely done. 3-1 on the putout to end the inning.
Yeah, Harry Carroll said, holy cow, with that great job both by Stanford and by Weedhunt there. Down go the Bucks in order once again. 1, 2, 3. No runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left on base. At the end of an inning and a half, it's still the Gol'Diggers 2 and the Bucks nothing as you're tuned to Sun Belt League Baseball on 97.5 Glory FM. And back here at Ivy Watson Baseball Field, Joe and Mike with you, and we'll wrap up the regular season on Monday with a twilight doubleheader starting at 4:15. First pitch at 4:30 as the Waleska Wild Things come to Ivy Watson to take on the Gol'Diggers in a doubleheader starting the first game at 4:30 p.m. And Joe, in that first inning of play, really the pitcher here didn't have much going for him at all as the Diggers had his number, and on the other end, right now, Blake Weedhunt is in total control on the pitching side for the Gainesville team.
Knock on wood, hope it stays that way. Brady Moore, first man up, playing third base, strike call on the outside corner. Brady wears number 17, Troy University product, 317 on the season, home run, 12 RBIs. Brady stands in, the right-handed hitter. Sam Gilliam up next. Didn't mean to. Check swing, fouled it back right here at me. If I'd had a glove, I might have made a play about 15 years ago. Don't think I could have done it now. I've gotten a little bit slower in my old age, Michael.
Reflexes are gone.
That they are. If I start to fall, I just call it a day and fall. No use in trying to catch myself, that's for sure. 0-2 pitch. Fouled off at the plate.
Yeah, why fight for that souvenir, young man?
Exactly right. Well, I buy that souvenir where I can fight for one, I just fall and let somebody else have it. For sure. All right, I don't know, Coach Micah's going to talk to his third baseman right here about, I don't know if the foul tip maybe caught the catcher. Right there as it bounced through and caught him on the inside of his thigh or something, but he's standing up kind of wiggling his legs. The umpire talking, so I bet that's what it was. Kind of grazed him as it went by and giving him an extra second to catch his breath. Always nice of the umpire and opposing players.
Get you the reason to go to the YouTube channel and watch it again there later on.
0-2 pitch hit high into center field. Haber coming on, the right fielder coming on. Haber will make the grab in shallow right center field for the first out of the inning.
We can tell you got up under that one, Joe, like a little rainbow there out into that part of the field.
And he had lots of time to run up under it. Haber had to come a long way. He wasn't very far from the second baseman, but he came, had the best look. Right fielder came in right behind him.
Number 6, Sam Gilliam.
Haber made the play. Sam Gilliam from Shabbat College, Dublin, California now steps in. Sam wears number 6, the catcher. 214 on the season, 6 RBIs. Sam will stand in, a right-handed hitter. Line drive, base hit, sharp hit. Right past the third baseman. Nice piece of hitting right there by Sam, Mike.
It'd be great to see his parents be able to fly in, maybe see him play in person. We'd love to meet them, and we're glad they're tuned in to our broadcast out there in Dublin, California. Say hello to you.
Nice, solid hit by the Shabbat College catcher. Bryce Roddy, second baseman, number 24. Now up North Greenville University, 372 on the season.
You can see that Sam jumped on that first pitch again.
He jumped all over that first pitch, just like Jackson did on his first at bat for the home run. The pitch, that one almost hit him.
Again, Bryce is in a great spot in the order, I think, for Micah Owings. He was one of those 2 players from North Greenville.
Correct. Sorry, apologize there for stepping on you. Yeah, Bryce batted 10th the other night, as we have 2 extra hitters in our league in the batting order. He batted 10th the other night, and tonight he's batting 9th. Base hit right by the first baseman as he was playing over a little bit. Now we got runners at first and second. Bryce Roddy with another base hit.
Also say hello to his fans up in the Greenville area tuned in to our broadcast. They said that Bryce, along with Albertson, are their 2 favorite players for the Gold Diggers.
They're from up in South Carolina area. Bryce is from Travelers Rest, South Carolina.
Both part of the Crusaders of North Greenville up in Tigerville.
Parker Brocious, the right fielder, wears number 9, Georgia Tech man. 262, home run, and 3 RBIs on the season. Parker stands in. A couple of runners on, 1 man out here. Number 10 man in order. That one stayed up around the letters. Strike 1. Man that laid it off, Jackson Mayo. Mayo is on deck.
That third baseman would be where also, even with Sam out there at second.
For sure. Everybody at regular depth right here. The pitch from Felt. High pop-up on the infield. Will be an infield fly rule, I do believe. The first baseman will come over and make the play for the second out of the inning.
You got that one right, buddy. It was the infield fly rule. Less than 2 outs. Runners on first and second.
2 men out now. We'll bring up Jackson Mayo. Let it off with a first pitch dinger
hitter,
to right field.
Jackson Mayo.
Jackson, I said, from the University of South Florida product. St. John's, Florida. 288, probably up to the point or 2 to 290 maybe. 2 home runs now, 7 RBIs on the season after that hit in the first inning. 2 men out, runners on first and second. The pitch stayed up high that time.
And there was no doubt about it once they left the bat. And also he could just sit back and enjoy watching that one go over toward Casper Cove.
Well, it was deep enough in the way the right fielder stopped and admired it. I'd say it had to hit the road and bounce into Casper Cove down there. 1 ball, no strikes. Pitch by Felt. Inside, 2-0.
This pitcher's really working hard.
Yep. And some of it seems like he's laboring a little bit. He's got a sleeve over his right arm, kind of like I did the other night. I don't think he's got some elbow issues or what, but I know the reason I get the lineup late is because the coach was having to make some changes on their lineup with some injuries, he said. The 2-0 pitch by Felt to Mayo. Curveball stayed up high, 3-0.
Well, it's bad. You know, last year the then Gainesville Braves, they lost one of the local players due to an elbow injury. His Career was over just like that.
And this and the kid that had Tommy John surgery at age 18, they said he's going to do really good when he gets on to the pros because he's already got that mess over with. Foul tipped into the glove, big swing and a misses. Jackson wanted that one.
I heard one of the Atlanta Braves pitcher, Spencer Strider, he went through that in college.
Yep, he was one of the guys that went through it early on. So, and he's been pitching pretty well for the Braves also. They start back tonight after the All-Star break. 2 balls, 1 strike to Jackson Mayo. 2 runners on the pitch. Outside corner, 2-2 now.
Tonight is Charlie Morton pitching for the Braves against Ohtani, the All-Star from the Los Angeles Angels.
Well, that might be one of them great pitching matchups right there. Kind of like in the old days between Maddox and Randy Johnson. See, about 21 Ks in or something crazy like that. 2-2 pitch by Felt to Mayo. Here it is. Fouled right straight back over our heads.
This is one of the few times that I like the interleague play. When you see the Mike Trout, Ohtani, and the Angels come in from Los Angeles to take on the Braves.
When they started that several years ago, I've always liked that because it gives the fans, especially the religious fans who are there all the time, a chance to see the David Ortiz and the Mike Trouts and these other guys. That's really cool. 2-2 pitch. I don't know who he's going to throw it to, but he faked and then started like he's going to throw it in a hurry. Sam back there second base all by himself. Nobody in green back there with him. So if he had thrown it, Sam would have had third easily. 2-2 pitch from Felt. Jackson Mayo stands in there. Here's the pitch. Outside. Walked him, and the runners will advance. So now you got a full house out there with Trip Moore coming up with 2 men out and the bases loaded.
So another big chance to put another crooked number on the board here in the bottom of the second inning with the Gol'Diggers leading 2-0.
That would be a big feat, wouldn't it? 2 innings in a row with a crooked number. Be nice if Tripp could get a good solid base hit like he did his first time up, drive in a couple more. Trip Moore, UGA product, playing left field tonight. First pitch to Moore. There's a little blooper out in the infield. Is anybody going to get to it? No, it drops. Will they throw him out? No, he won't throw him out. A run scores. Oh, he almost came around third too far, did Bryce Roddy, but he was able, he slipped and fell. He's grinning. Coach Owens, he made it back without a play, but that throw was going to be was off track, but I think it was a hit anyway, just the way it came off the bat and hit right out there between, in no man's land, as I call it, between the third baseman and the pitcher. And the way the pitcher falls off the mound, he had no chance at it. So an infield single scores a run by Trip Moore.
It'll be an RBI for Trip Moore, making it 3-0 in favor of the Gol'Diggers as Sam Gillian scores the 3rd run of the ball game.
John Anderson stand in. First pitch to him is a ball. And that can rattle a pitcher. I think that in the first inning, what happened to the pitcher felt then is Mayo jumped all over and belted that first pitch. And then Tripp got a base hit right after that. I think that kind of rattled him in the first inning, and now that right there can rattle you again. Let's see what he does here. Ground ball hit hard but foul. If that one would have stayed in play, that would have, down the line, that would have been a double easily, scoring a couple more.
Need a 2-out hit here in the bottom of the second.
For sure. 2 in the first, 1 in the second for the Gol'Diggers. They up 3-0 here. Bottom of the second inning, 1-1 count with 2 outs. Felt, the pitcher, looks in to John Anderson, the pitch. John with a tapper right over the top of the head in foul territory. Bryce Roddy. Roddy had to hit the deck. That one almost hit him in the helmet, Mike.
And that's why you stay in foul territory.
Exactly right. I was just thinking that. Yep. That's why the coaches tell you to stay in foul territory till you cross home plate.
Because if you're hit in fair territory, it's an out.
Exactly. Out and a dead ball if it's less than 2 outs. 1-2 pitch. Here it is. That one stayed inside. Might have been a strike on a left-handed hitter, but it was a ball on that right-handed hitter. A lot of 2s up there. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 men out here in the second inning.
And 2 men on.
And 2 men on. Correct as usual for Mr. Walford. The pitch by Felt. Stayed up high. Now it's 3-2.
I always tell Joe Mr. Walford is my dad.
I understand.
Yes, totally.
Just like when Leon, my dad, would say, well, that's Mr. Gailey. He's pointing at me. So he always would do that. He said, I'm just Leon. That's what I tell everybody now. I'm just Joe. That's right. The 3-2 pitch, the payoff pitch now coming from Felt. Swung on, lifted foul right back over the top of us.
And we, as always, who's that with Joe?
I told that story to somebody the other day. I said, yeah, here's Mike at 6'4", and here's Joe at maybe 5'8". And everybody's always said, who's that with Joe? He looked like you see the tall guy first. What's up with that? Payoff pitch from Felt now as he looks and gets his sign from Carr. The pitch. Hit high into left field. The center fielder going to come over, call him off, and make the grab. And that was the Haber for the third out of the inning.
And that'll do it for the Gol'Diggers here in the bottom of the second inning. Get me right here. Got 1 run on 2 hits.
3 hits.
3 hits. 1 run on 3 hits. No errors and 2 men left on base. And we'll go to the top half of the third inning with the score. The Gol'Diggers 3 and the Bucks nothing is your tune to Sunbelt League Baseball on 97.5 Glory FM. We're back here at the top of the third inning of play with the Gol'Diggers lead 3-0. There were 2 men left on base. Of course, also an extra one as they left the bases loaded there in the bottom of the second inning. 3 men left on base. Officially, you're scoring at home. And so scorers saying we've got a change there.
Yep, we do. And third base for us now is
Clay Alberson.
number 5, Clay Alberson. I think that's correct. Let me
Just a
yep,
guess
number
on my
5,
part.
Number 5, Clay Alberson will be at third now for Brady Moore.
Number 33, Aiden Wright.
Don't know if Brady was hurt that last time up or whatever, but anyway, Clay Alberson in at third now. 7, 8, 9 due up this inning. We'll go 1, 2, and 3 again. Call strike at the knees on number 33, Aiden Wright, the third baseman.
We'll alert our PDPA announcer, Ryan Phillips. Ryan, that is your third baseman with the Gol'Diggers is
Clay
Alberson. So again, see if we can mow his Bucks down here in the third.
Stayed outside. 1 and 1. Clay Alberson, number 5. Ryan Phillips, our PA man tonight. Doing yeoman's work over here. First time up with us. A call strike on the outside part of the plate.
Filling in for Ryan
1 and 2.
Casper.
At least they still got the same first names. That way I could remember that.
And hope Ryan Casper's tuned into our broadcast no matter where he is tonight. We know Richie's over in Japan tuned into our broadcast.
Stayed outside. Did he go? No, he did not. 2 balls, 2 strikes now on Aiden Wright. Aiden, right-handed hitter, wears number 33. The pitch. Ground ball. Alberson, nice scoop over there, picks it up, throws it over to Riley Stanford for the first out of the inning.
So he comes to the ball game and gets one there to start things off here in the third inning.
Got a quick glove. That took a little short hop, and that glove was down there, and shoom, just swings it up there in a hurry. Go back and look at the YouTube channel and see that play again by Clay as he swept it up with his
Number 12,
glove hand and threw him out at first.
You'll see these broadcasts go viral, everybody. Go to our YouTube channel at GVilleGol'Diggers.com and like the broadcast.
Some pretty good defensive plays. I think you'd enjoy it. Colt Forrest now at the plate. Strike 1 on him. He's an extra hitter from Belmont Abbey. First Belmont Abbey player we've had this year, Mike. 235 on the season with a couple of RBIs.
Let's see what Belmont's in the South Atlantic League, I think.
Not sure, but it sounds okay to me.
It was either the South Atlantic or Coastal Carolinas, or just the Carolinas Conference, I should say. It's called Conference Carolinas in the South Atlantic Conference there.
Ooh, that one came inside, and I believe it might have hit him. And And it did, and he's going to go to first base.
First base runner.
First base runner with a hit by pitch as it came a little too high and tight on Forrest. And that'll bring up Dimitri Diamant, shortstop from Tech, Georgia Tech, that is, batting 200. Home run and 2 RBIs.
Shortstop, number 9, Dimitri Diamant.
You remember that name, don't you? For that Friday night, July 8th, when we played here.
Oh, yeah, yes.
Yes, you remember that name.
Yep. Well, I remember the name, yes. That one's high to him. Blake, first base runner allowed. It's the 8th man in the order. Get back on track and have the pitcher's best friend, a double header or double play right here. Strike call on the outside part of the plate. 1-1. A little softball action going on over here on the other side tonight. Interesting thing. Goes over to first right there. Runner's back easily is Forrest. Coach Owens up here next to us between me and Ryan Phelps with a radar gun, Mike.
Very good.
Checking the speed.
Like that.
Runner's going. Sam throws it from his knees down there. Pretty close, but he will be safe as he fell off the backside, but he stayed in contact with the base at second.
You see the arm strength of Sam Gilliam there throwing from his knees.
He got it up there. If he'd been on the first base side, he threw it right on top of the mound, right on top of the base. If he threw it to the first base side, he might have had him out there. As Forrest gets down to second with a stolen base. 1 ball, 2 strikes by Blake Wehunt. Looks in, gets a sign from Gilliam. The pitch stayed outside, got away. Sam won't be able to throw that one away as it bounced away from him up the first base line. So we'll have that one be a wild pitch as it hit the ground first before it hit him, before Sam could get to it.
So a hit batter, then goes around on the wild pitch there after the stolen base. Mike is up here, we call him the man with the golden gun.
2-2 pitch. Need that out right here. Through the bat, the broken bat, might be a, nope, he won't be able to throw him out. That was a hit, but a slow roller down the third baseline. Nobody could get to it, so it'll be the first hit off of Blake today. And the bat went sailing. It's a broken bat easily as the handle part is in the man that scores hands. And so RBI broken bat single by Diamant will give them a run.
Well, look at the way he came around the base here. He gets hit by a pitch, steals second, goes to third with a wild pitch, then scores on an infield hit. First hit in the ball game. It's now 3-1 in favor of the Gol'Diggers.
And the pitch on that broken back pitch is, our home plate umpire Rusty Griffin continues to pick up debris, was 92 miles an hour as he jammed him with that fastball.
And you just mentioned that too. You got to watch out for you say the debris, the chips coming off that broken bat.
Exactly. Justin Carr, Berry College, stands in. First plate appearance of the season, according to the stats I have. Call strike. Justin, the catcher, wears number 24, 93 on that one. Goes over to first again. Runner's back easily.
So you might have some souvenirs with some broken bats tonight.
Shave some of the edge of the bat off and hand it to people.
Absolutely.
0-1 pitch by Wehunt. Here it is. Man squares to bunt right back at Blake. Blake's going to throw it to second. Then on to first. Got the double play to end the inning.
Good job by Blake to turn around, hit the man at second, then go back over the first for the Twin Killing to end the third inning of play for Brookhaven. But for the Bucks, they score 1 run on 1 infield hit. There were no errors and 1 man left. Nobody left on base with a double play.
Correct.
So it goes 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, and no one left on base. We'll go to the bottom of the third inning. It's now Gainesville 3 and Brookhaven 1 as you're tuned to Sun Belt League Baseball on 97.5 Glory FM. Bottom of the third inning here for Bobby Watsonville. A really tough inning in a sense there for Blake. He hit the batter.
Yep.
He came around just in a different way with the stolen base and then the wild pitch and then the infield hit. So it wasn't hit hard at all. And that's the thing about it is he is just not hit hard at all. It was a 3-1 lead for the Gol'Diggers going into the bottom of the third inning.
Well, the little hit, if you will, infield hit was a number off the handle of his bat that was a broken bat single.
Just sawed it off.
Not Roddy. I don't always know on the other side there, by Dimitri Diamant. And the big part of the bat went sailing down towards the third base dugout. The other part was left there at the home plate area, as the home plate umpire was still picking up debris earlier. Theo Bryant struck out his first time up. Tennessee Tech man out of Atlanta, Georgia, stands in. First one's called strike. Felt still pitching for the Bucks. Did he go around? He did. Check swing, but he did go all the way around, so it's now 0-2.
You can see Theo been batting in the cleanup spot for the Gol'Diggers most of the season.
Felt looks in. Theo stands in. An 0-2 count on him. That one went high. 1-2.
Defensively, Theo's played right field, also in center field like he is tonight.
For sure. Here's the pitch. Ground ball out to the shortstop. Diamant comes up cleanly, throws it, bounced it over there, but he stayed on the bag for the first out of the inning.
He'll see better hurry because Theo's going down the line.
Theo beat him by maybe a half step at the most as he bounced it over there. When he came up and threw it, came right over the top with the throw, and it bounced it and sort of pulled him off towards the outfield part of first, but he did. First baseman Carlson did pick it up. Bobby Boser due up now. He walked his first time up, left stranded at first. Bobby hits that one high. It's going to be foul. The catcher's calling for it. The first baseman comes over. He calls him off. He makes the grab for the second out of the inning.
Again, Bobby just got under that one going into foul territory on the right field side for the out. Again, he was first pitch swinging. You see, they've seen something off this pitcher.
Yep.
For Brookhaven.
Don't know what they might have seen, but.
First baseman, number 18, Riley Stanford.
Riley Stanford, the first baseman, number 18, stands in. Popped up to the second baseman the last time and almost hit it far enough to the right field to get out there for a hit, but unfortunately did not. The pitch, ground ball up the middle. Diamant come over. Good strong throw over the first that time. First 3 up, 3 down inning of the day.
1, 2, 3, go. The Gol'Diggers here in the bottom of the third inning. We'll go to the top of the fourth inning. It is still Gainesville 3, Brookhaven 1 is your tune to Gol'Diggers baseball for the Sun Belt League on 97.5 Glory FM.
How many pitches did you throw?
Already a third of the way through our broadcast this evening. 3 innings down with the Gol'Diggers on top 3-1. Blake Weehunt out there for his 4th inning of work.
Talk with our official scorekeeper here. He pitched 42 pitches in the 3 innings of work to the 10 batters, so an average of 4.2 pitches per batter is what Blake has thrown so far this evening. He's got 4 strikeouts, no walks, Does have the hit by pitch. Guy.
Getting back to the top of the order for the Bucks here in the fourth.
Haber, Richardson, and Herring will come up. Coach Micah back up here with us, keeping that radar gun again. He throws as hard as he did last inning. I'll tell you what. I can only dream of throwing a ball 90 miles an hour, Mike. I think the fastest I ever threw one might have been in the 50s.
I'd rather see his fastball maybe be 95, and maybe even the off-speed pitch be 92, 93.
Adam Haber, leadoff hitter, center fielder, struck out his first time up. First pitch to him, inside.
Big question would be how fast will his curveball be?
Outside corner, call strike one. First pitch was at 93. The pitch fouled off. That curveball looked to be in the 82, the curveball was. Pretty good little curveball in. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Haber. Fouled off again with a fastball that came across there.
Well, you can see how the batter's going to get off stride, Joe.
Well, they get used to guys throwing in the high 70s and 80s, and all of a sudden Blake comes in here and throws it in the 90s, and you're like, well, I can't catch up with it. 1-2 pitch. Stayed high. Was it 90 on the high fastball? Blake looks in, gets his sign from Sam. Here's the pitch. Strike called inside corner at 81. So Adam Haber's been up twice and struck out twice now, once swinging, once looking. First out of the inning brings up Wade Richardson. Richardson flew out to right his last time up.
Second
first time
baseman,
up.
number 3, Wade Richardson.
Left-handed batter from Columbia State Community College.
Okay, he's faced just one man over the limit so far here in the fourth.
The pitch. Curveball stayed out. Blake Hunt with the pitch. Ooh, that one came inside a little bit.
But if you notice, Joe, he's taking a little more time here in the fourth inning of play. I hope he's not slowing down here.
Here's the pitch from Blake. That one stayed outside and threw it right by our catcher, Sam Gilliam.
One of those Carolina League outside pitches like in Bull Durham.
For real. Not far enough to hit the bull or the gold digger, whichever one. 2 balls, no strikes. Inside corner, call strike. 2-1 now.
With it, by the way, the Gwinnett Stripers are in action tonight. They're over in Memphis taking on the Redbirds in AAA action.
That one fouled back to the screen.
So they can't catch up with it, Joe.
Nope. Doesn't matter when they swing at it, they're still late, aren't they?
Uh-huh.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 man out here. Top of the 4th inning. Here's the pitch. Swung on him, missed. 90 mile an hour at the knees. Struck him out. The 5th strike, or 6th strikeout of the day for Blake Hunt.
2 in this 4th inning of play.
Jack Herring called out on strikes his
Right
first
fielder,
time up.
7, Jack
So even those
Herring.
strikeouts, Joe, you see where he's averaging just about 4 pitches per batter.
Exactly right. Right around the plate. The first pitch to Herring. Ground ball out to second. Ryan rounds it up, gets it over to Riley just in time for the 3rd out of the inning.
Again, they go 3 up, 3 down here in the 4th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left on base. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th inning. It's still Gainesville 3 and Brookhaven 1. As you're tuned to Sunbelt League Baseball on 97.5 Glory FM. And back here at the home of the Gold Diggers, Ivy Watson baseball field for Dave Cohen. Play a little Kiss from back in the day. With Ryan Phillips here, our PA announcer for tonight. You make Dave Cohen smile on that one, but I'm telling you.
I want to rock and roll all night. Well,
That's
Dave
Cohen, I'm telling you.
Dave Cohen and Roy Williams, up the recreation director, a longtime friend of mine up in Raven County, was a huge Kiss fan. Mike, believe it or not, now Dave will get a kick out of this. Hope he's listening in tonight. Roy and some of his classmates, they were so big into the rock era back when he graduated in 79, 80, that they did a talent show, and they all dressed up as Kiss members on the stage, and got to lip sync Kiss out there. So he showed me some old pictures of it. On those big high stilt shoes, and it was hilarious to look at.
Dave still has the Captain America poster you saw on WKRP in Cincinnati when they first changed formats there. And he is the biggest Kiss fan there is. We start the bottom of the fourth inning with Sam Gilliam stepping up.
Brady Moore.
Thank you.
Yep.
I heard him say that's my bad. So
number 5, that would be Clay Alberson. Yeah, Clay Alberson's that come up. This is Clay.
Took the place of Moore.
Yep, he came in bottom of the last inning and played defense. So Clay Alberson in now for Brady Moore. Hope he's all right. Left-handed hitter. Next pitch is outside. Clay, Pelzer, South Carolina, North Greenwood University.
5, Clay Alberson.
The pitch. There's a little looper out past short. Base hit. Got it right off the end of the bat. He's looking at 2, but he'll hold up after about 5 steps past first and stop right there.
There you go, Clay.
So Clay Alberson, his first hit of the night, gets him on first, and that'll bring up Sam Gilliam. Sam with a nice stroke back in the second inning, came around to score later that inning on a base hit by Trip Moore.
Now hitting is the
Gold Diggers leading 3-1 here at the bottom of the fourth.
Sam comes in. So his family know he's doing good. I spoke with him before the game tonight, gave him a fist bump, chatted with him for a minute. And enjoyed talking with Sam before the games, Mike.
Nice young man.
He is. 3-1, bottom of the fourth inning here. Gold Diggers on top of the Bucks. Man on first is Alberson. Time throw over to first. Alberson's back in plenty of time.
You know, I can tell I'm going to give a prize away if Joe could just say where Brookhaven is located. They are a city, by the way, here in the state of Georgia.
Yep. Brookhaven is down there in the middle of everything like Johns Creek and all those others are. There's a ground ball out to the shortstop. He cleans it to second, over to first. Double play for a twin killing right there. Short to second to first.
One of the first double plays I have seen turn against the Gold Diggers this season. As it goes 6-4-3 from short to second to first, getting both Clay Alberson and Sam Gilliam. So 2 outs now for the Gold Diggers.
Bryce Roddy will come up now, number 9 in minute order.
Second baseman, number 24,
Single,
Bryce
got an
Roddy.
RBI. His first time up back in the second. No, he didn't get the RBI. Excuse me. Trip Moore got the RBI. Roddy will stand in. Right up, kind of a squibber right past the catcher. Will he beat it out? I believe he's going to be close. Oh, he was coming down as the first baseman caught the ball for the 3rd out of the inning.
And they'll do it for the Gold Diggers quickly here in the bottom of the 4th inning for Gainesville. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, no one left on base at the end of 4 now. It's still Gainesville 3 and Brookhaven 1 on 97.5 Glory FM. We go to the top half of the fifth inning here, and Blake Wehunt again out there, Joe. And again, he's been in control the entire ball game, even though he had that one run scored against him in the third inning.
Yep, he threw Sam Stewart. He was warming up right there, and now Sam got his gear on. Now he's back out. Blake will pull a couple of more. Number 6, Scott Mudler, will be up first. One of 2 EHs used by Brookhaven and Northwest Florida State College.
Again, Blake has faces one man over the limit tonight.
Yes, he has. Mudler struck out swinging his first time up. One of 6 strikeouts on the evening by Blake Wehunt. A couple of nice defensive plays. I tell you what, that was a really nice one. Riley Stanford going towards second base. Scooped it up with that first baseman's mitt going to his left a few minutes ago and tossed it back over to Blake Wehunt covering first. Really nice job by both of those guys there in the last inning. First pitch to Mudler is outside, 1-0. Left-handed hitter stands in. Big swing at a curveball that broke in on him. Could not stop on that. He's standing there pawing at the ground. Now he steps out. Now, it's interesting that Coach didn't tell him to swap batting gloves because he's got on green, gray, and red batting gloves. Call strike at the knees inside corner, 1-2.
Get ready to ring him up.
He definitely has on the Christmas colors. They have blue shoelaces, we'd say he did. Get ready to ring him up, you say, huh?
Uh-huh.
1-2 pitch, here it is. High fly ball. It's going to come down. Look at that, the shortstop, look at that guy out there and made the play. And that was Bobby Boster, flipped it to Theo Bryant, who flipped it over to Trip Moore, and then gets it back on the infield to the third baseman, Alberson, and then back to the pitcher. Nice job by Bobby Boster to go out and show that speed and get her to it.
Carlson.
Yeah, I first thought he was going to strike him out the way he was just befuddled his first couple of strikes. Then he got enough, thought might go foul, but he ended up being out there short with Bobby.
Kyle Carlson, first pitch to him is a swing and a miss, 0-1. The 1-0-1 pitch, excuse me, by Wehunt. Here it is. Swing and a miss, an outside fastball.
Now get it back from Sam, reload and fire.
Yep. Call steps in there with a hand up, now puts it down, does Carlson. The 0-2 pitch, here it comes. Swung on a miss, struck him out, 7th on the night.
And again, you see he is in total control, Joe.
Believe he is.
6 strikeouts there or 7?
That is 7.
Yes, what I thought was 7.
Drew Miller will stand in.
Left fielder, number 25.
He's the one that had that really nice play from Stanford over to Blake Wehunt back in the second inning. He'll stand in at Colby College product. Came in batting .259 on the season. The pitch. Swung on and missed.
Ended that inning, he might end this one.
One pitch now from Wehunt. Foul tipped into the glove of Sam Gilliam, 0-2.
Again, only the 16th batter that Wehunt has faced tonight.
Miller stands in. Actually stands out of the box now. He steps back in, the left-handed hitter. Blake shakes the first sign off. Gets set. The 0-2 pitch. Outside, tried to get him. I think he might have slipped, though, the way he kind of patted himself there. And he said, that was my bad, the way he landed there, because that one just stayed outside the whole time. He kicked some dirt out of the way. Picks up the rosin bag. Does Wehunt. He'll stand back in. 1-2 pitch now with 2 men out. Pitch to Miller. Foul tipped into the glove, strike 3.
And that'll do it.
4 out of 5 innings have been 3 up and 3 down for Wehunt, Mike.
Yep, only 1 above the limit, as we mentioned before. In 5 innings of work, he has faced 16 men. 3 up, 3 down for the Bucks. No runs, hits, or errors. No one left on base. Halfway home already. It's all Gainesville. The Gold Diggers lead by a score of 3-1 here on 97.5 Glory FM. That halfway home, and it has been all Gainesville, the Gol'Diggers on top 3-1 as we go to the bottom half of the 5th inning of play.
Felt had a good inning last inning, so Coach put him back out there for another inning. He struggled the first 2 innings, and then 1, 2, 3, and helped with a double play last inning, basically a 1, 2, 3, and see what he can do this inning against the 10, 1, and 2 hitter. Brocious flew out to the first baseman his first time up, and Mayo and Moore will be the second and third hitters this inning.
Well, Joe's been a good series so far here. Game number 4 between these 2 teams this year.
Yes, it has. Felt looks in, gets his sign from Carr. First pitch, outside corner, call strike 1.
Gainesville going for a split if they can win this game tonight.
They've all been close games, too. The pitch. That one almost hit him. And you heard my voice kind of crack there because I thought it was going to hit him, but Parker did a little sucked his stomach in at the last moment and moved. Of course, his stomach is like a third of the size of mine. The 1-1 pitch. Stayed outside. 2-1.
Bucks won the first game of the season back on May 31st down in Brookhaven, 11-7. Then they won the game here at Ivy Watson back on July 8th, 6-5 in a rain-shortened game.
That one did hit him. Right up above around in the shoulder blade area.
He kept trying.
Yep, and he'll go down to first, Will Parker, with a hit by pitch.
And then they had the rain out on the 9th, so they played the following Thursday on the 14th with the Gol'Diggers winning that ball game.
I think that was a 1-run game, too.
It was.
Extra hitter number 2, Jackson Mayo.
Jackson Mayo, one of the EHs tonight, is 1 for 1. And it's a long home run back in the first inning on first pitch, swinging. Walked his last time, left stranded at second. First pitch, runner is going. They threw a pitch out, but he's going to be safe as he slides under the tag. Nice jump that time by Parker and beat the throw down there by the second baseman, even though they threw it out for him, Mike.
Hey, Parker does a good job of running down second base, too, Joe.
And he dove, looked like he dove about 15 feet away and slid the rest of the way. In there on his hand, on his stomach. And the catcher will go out, Carr, and talk to his pitcher. Make sure they got the signs right with the runner on second this time. 1 ball, no strikes now on the leadoff hitter, Jackson Mayo. Mayo stands in, left-handed hitter. Right at 290 on the season. The pitch by Felt. Outside corner.
Again, he led things off with a monster shot to right field into the cove here at Ivy Watson Field.
Yeah, he got all of that one, no doubt about it. He just kept going and hit the road probably and got on out there. 1-1 pitch. Fakes the throw down to second as the shortstop, Diamant, was easing in behind Parker Brocious. But no throw. Time call for just a moment.
Gol'Diggers with 2 in the first, 1 in the second. Bucks with a run in the third. That's where we're at right now. 3-1 in favor of Gainesville.
1-1 pitch by Felt. Here it is. That one stayed inside. That curveball broke inside. And it was low, 2-1.
And pretty much a masterpiece by Blake Wehunt so far.
Done a really nice job. And, you know, that inning where they scored the run, they didn't hit it hard. I mean, a couple of little swinging jabs they had at it, Mike, were broken bat things. And, you know, nobody could get to them. The 2-1 pitch. Ground ball to the first baseman. He has to back up. He does take it himself. He backs up. He caught it in the stomach with his glove. But Jackson did run Parker Brocious over to third on a fielder's choice. And it'll be first out of the inning with a run on third, bring up Trip Moore again.
Well, he did his job. He advanced the runner, Joe.
Left fielder, number 1, Trip Moore.
Three unassisted if you're scoring a home on that out.
Yeah, so give him a pat on the back for doing that.
Trip Moore stand in 2 for 2. A couple stolen bases on the evening. Tripp stands in, the right-handed hitter from the University of Georgia. Ground ball hit hard, but foul. Down past Coach Mike Owens.
Again, even on his check swings, he hits the ball hard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he had a check swing earlier in the game. It still seemed like he hit it pretty hard when he did it. So. No balls, 1 strike, 1 man out here. Bottom of the 5th inning. Gol'Diggers lead it 3-1. The pitch. High pop up out into center field. Haber goes back. The tag at third. Here comes Brocious. Here comes the throw. It won't make it any close to time. And Parker comes in to score the 4th run with a sacrifice fly RBI by Trip Moore.
2 outs in inning, but 4-1 now in favor of Gainesville. And again, that leadoff man gets on, comes around.
So nice job this inning for Parker to get on. Then Jackson moved him on over to third with a fielder's choice. So a long fly ball is what the doctor ordered, and Trip Moore got it. Dialed it up with that sacrifice fly RBI. John Anderson will now come up. He's 0 for 2 on the afternoon. First pitch to John is a ball.
Still waiting for him to go swinging.
Mm-hmm. John came in at 315 on the season. Dropped a little bit this game. The pitch. That curveball broke, but it broke on the inside there on the, basically in the batter's box area. Felt looks into Carr. Here's the pitch. Stayed up high, 3-0. Theo Bryant would be next. See his on deck. Phelps stepped off, got a little rosin on his hand, then stepped back up on the hill. 3-0 pitch. Here it is. There's a fly ball out to left. It will fall in. It'll go past the left fielder. It will be a double by John Anderson. Stand-up double to keep that inning going. Hit it kind of off the handle, Mike, but it did carry long enough out there. It hit in shallow left field, but it was far enough away from the left fielder to roll all the way to the base of the fence.
Put in a great spot, so he ends up in scoring position.
Center fielder.
Takes him out of the force play,
Theo
being at second.
Bryant.
Theo Bryant will come up. Theo is 0 for 2 on the day. Theo would love to tag one right here or get a long base hit to score this man. Theo stands in. No pressure right here, young man. Nice, easy swing. First pitch to him is up around the eyeballs. I haven't got to talk to all the young men this year. Now the pitching coach is going to come out and talk to his pitcher, Mike. I haven't got to talk to all the guys on the Gol'Diggers roster this year, but the ones I've spoken to are all very well spoken, nice young men. And moms and dads that are listening out there, I can just tell you from an old guy to all the parents and folks listening, we got a bunch of good young guys on this team, a bunch of gentlemen, and I appreciate that from a ball club when they're all nice and presentable and don't do goofy things and act up and all that. So,
And the biggest thing is what's going to happen to them in their future.
that's true.
That's how they'll be in life.
That's exactly right. I mean, they're going to should grow on up because they're in college now, and growing up and be fine, outstanding young men in their communities and in life. So glad to be associated with them. Thank you, Michael, for inviting me. 1-0 pitch by Felt to Theo Bryant. Bounced up there. Runner was not going. I don't think it bounced far enough away for John to go anyway. He didn't see it. That's what he said, the way it bounced up there.
He's got a different look at it also from second base.
2-0 count now to Theo. Bat on his shoulder. Now he's set. Phelps pitch. Inside, 3-0. Whatever the pitching coach from Brookhaven said to his pitcher didn't work.
And at the same time, we're talking about weakening up this guy just continuously falls behind.
He does. He's been 3-0, 3-2, 3-1 all night, it seems like.
He's throwing probably twice as many pitches as we hunt.
We'll ask our scorekeeper in a minute to add him up for us. Felt pitch. Stayed outside, walked him on 4 straight ones. So Theo O'Brien on with a walk and 2 men out, 2 men on here. Bobby Boser will come to the plate.
You can tell, Joe, too, the tank is about going to E.
And there comes the head coach out. Now they're going to have a pitching change.
He's seen enough.
Yep. Head coach man's coming out there.
So with the pitching change taking place and the Gold Diggers leading 4-1, we'll take a timeout. We return after his 1-minute break as you're tuned to Gold Diggers Baseball on 97.5 Glory FM.
Now pitching for the Bucks, number 27, Styles Big Nog.
And back here, the coach of the Bucks making a pitching change here.
Yep.
So second pitcher used by the Bucks tonight.
Sorry about that, Mike. Trey Felt wound up throwing 77 pitches over his little over 5 and 2/3, 4 2/3 inning pitch, because we're just in the 5th inning.
Yeah, I would have guessed 97, to be honest with you. I really would
He
have.
thought he was at 97.
I
He
really
did throw-
did.
It's because he was behind all night, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But Bernal is from Watkinsville, Georgia, from Brown University, so he's a smart kid and playing going to Brown. Let's see where his pitching stats are so far this year. Bernal has pitched in 6 and 2/3 innings, 12 Ks and 9 walks, an ERA of 0. 3 hits is all he's given up. He's 1-0 on the season.
So an Ivy Leaguer.
Yep. Brown University. That could be a big change going from Watkinsville to Brown. So number 27 will be on the hill now. Bobby Boser will be the first man he'll
Now batting
face.
for the Gold Diggers,
Bobby.
at shortstop, number 8,
0
Bobby
for 1 on the night.
Boser.
Walked back in the first, stranded at first, and flew out to the first baseman his last time up. Bobby will stand in. Bernal's a 6-footer. Stands in with runners in first and second. The first pitch to him, that curveball stayed up. Runner going to third. He's going to be safe. As he got in, the ball came over kind of in front of the bag there, Mike, and by the time Wright got it and swooped around there, John Anderson has snuck in behind him and got in there with a stolen base.
Heads up hustle play by Anderson. 4 stolen base unofficially for the Gold Diggers tonight.
Well, Theo went to second, too, so give him one.
Yeah, make it 5.
Yep. Here's the pitch. High pop up right back over the top here. No, I'm not sticking the old fish net out to get it like they did back at the old Fulton County.
They said, where's that net, Ernie?
Where's that? It'd be over here beside somebody, and they couldn't get to it. I think he did catch one finally back in
Oh,
the day.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
1 ball, 1 strike, 2 men out. Runners on second and third. Here's the pitch. Stayed outside. That curveball broke.
Hey, you may not have seen history really going back in the days of old Atlanta Fulton County Stadium. Back on, I think, a Wednesday, 1993, when the press box caught on fire the first day that Fred McGriffin was with the Atlanta Braves.
I
Remember that
I
day?
remember seeing it live on TV that afternoon. I sure did. The pitch. That one stayed low now. It's 3-1. My favorite memory, and I was still little. I was real young. Way back in the day, in the old AFC stadium, wasn't maybe about 30, 40 people there that night, but Carl Walinda walked from one side to the other across the home plate area from rafter to rafter. 3-1 pitch, he said, high but foul over the first base side.
And they kept that tight wire up there for years
It
after
did.
that.
It stayed up there for the longest time. People thought I was always joshing him. I said, see that wire? That's what Carl Walinda wanted. No, he didn't. Yes, I was here. I know.
Went halfway there, did a handstand to rest.
Yep. Yep.
A
He sure
headstand,
did.
I should say.
Yep, he did. I think that's what scared the couple in front of us, in front of me and Mom and Dad more than anything. The full count pitch. Swung on him, missed. Struck him out. That's 3.
To the first man he faces.
Struck him out, and that'll be the 3rd out of the inning.
Yep, they'll do it as the Gold Diggers score 1 run and they strand 2. We'll go to the top half of the 6th inning. It's now Gainesville 4, Brookhaven 1. You're tuned to Sunbelt League Baseball on 97.5 Glory FM. Top half of the 6th inning here, and I think Blake's out there again, isn't he, Joe?
Yes, he is. He's out here in the top of the 6th inning. They might be just going to pitch count on him tonight and just saying 5 innings. I mean, he's pitching so well.
I think it's showcased tonight, especially with Micah with the jugs gun.
Yeah, it might be.
Golden gun up here. Watch him.
Might be. You never know.
Now, I'd be interested now, how's his speed here in the 6th inning of play?
Yep.
Leading off at the Bucks, at the top of the 6th
Aiden
inning
Wright.
is the 3rd baseman.
Lead off man, the 3rd baseman.
Aiden Wright.
He is 0 for 1. Now, here we are in the 6th inning, Mike, and he's only batted once tonight. That tells you what kind of job Blake Wehunt has been doing all night long for the Gold Diggers. First pitch to right. Big curveball stayed up, went over the top of the glove of Sam Gilliam. And then the umpire threw one out there and threw it right by Blake Wehunt.
So EU.
E-U, that's right. Stanford comes over and helps his first baseman up, backs his man up. Wright stands in there with a 1-0 pitch. Fastball stayed high, 2-0. Two balls, no strikes to Aiden Wright, the pitch. Outside corner, 2-1.
You know, between innings also, we had music playing. We could have another night like next year when we start having all the big nights here at Ivy Watson. We call disco night here at Ivy Watson.
Well, you'll have to find another announcer because we're going to have disco night. I'm going to be dancing. I'm just saying. Swung on and missed at a fastball right there, blew it right by him. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That's what I was teasing Mike and Ryan about it in between innings, folks, that Ryan keeps playing that. Don't tell Mike, but I'm going to get him start dancing because I'm a disco
He
music
gets
man.
happy feet.
That's right. 2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Struck him out. His 9th of the evening.
And a hard fastball.
Another hard one, probably in the 90s again because most of them have been in the 90s.
Easily, yes.
Bring up Cole Forrest. Cole Forrest got hit by a pitch, stole a base, went to 3rd on a wild pitch and scored on a
infield hit.
Infield hit. The ball didn't even, it stayed on the grass the whole time and allowed him to get down to 1st. That one stayed up and in. He might be overthrown a little bit right there.
It's like, how fast can I throw tonight? You know?
Exactly. He nodded off a couple of times. Here's the pitch. Outside corner. Strike 1, 1-1.
You know, the Carney goes, hey, come on, young man, see if you can throw 100 miles an hour tonight. Go ahead.
Don't hurt your arm, though.
Exactly.
The Southern Mississippi coach wouldn't be happy about that. 1-1 pitch. Strike 2, I thought that must have been low. 2-1.
Umpiring again, you know, young man.
I know, I got to stop. I like the guy behind the plate tonight, so I can't say anything about it. I like all of them, though. So 2 balls, 1 strike pitch. Outside, 3-1. Ryan Griffin calling balls and strikes tonight. But Ryan and I have known each other for several years. He's a tall guy. Outside corner.
You mean Rusty?
Rusty. What did I say?
Ryan.
Yeah, everybody's Ryan. That's why I called him Ryan. Rusty Griffin. Rusty's local product, and now he does a lot of work with the SEC. Swung on and missed 8th or 9th, 10th strikeout of the night. Number 10 on the evening.
And he fell behind him, and he came back and got the K.
Got behind 2-0, and then threw 3 fastballs in a row and struck him out.
And again, he's in double digits again.
Yep.
Striking out 10 guys.
10 on the night, and that's Dimitri Diamant, who broken bat single. There's a high fly ball. First one been hit out of the infield all night, I believe. I have to go back and look. Center fielder Theo Bryant comes in, makes the grab for the 3rd out of the inning.
And again, for the 5th time in the ball game, 3 up, 3 down. Go the Brookhaven Brucks. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on base. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th inning. It's still Gainesville 4 and Brookhaven 1 on 97.5 Glory FM. Keep it coming, as they say, bottom of the 6th inning. And, you know, everybody knows Joe Gailey. Everybody knows Ryan Phillips from that standpoint. You know, it's amazing.
Well, that's because we're so boisterous and love disco music. That's it. That's the disco era was the wild era when we all got famous, and that's when I got famous.
But Ryan, he isn't that old, though.
I know, but he's playing really good music, so I think I passed it down to him without him really knowing it. All right, due up for Gainesville here in the bottom of the 6th. Riley Stanford, Clay Albertson, Sam Gilliam are the first 3 guys up.
You know what's happening too? He see how easy it is going over there replacing Ryan Casper tonight. It's like, oh man, it just this game's going so quickly. It was zipping along.
And Riley Stanford will stand in. He's 0 for 2 on the evening, playing first base and doing a really good job of that one. Pitcher threw it almost over here to Ryan Phillips.
I love telling Ron Pooh, our play-by-play partner in football, buzz, buzz, buzz for Stanford.
Stanford stands in. Clay Albertson on deck. Ground ball foul. And I noticed that our third base coach did not stick his hand out to retrieve that one, as sharply hit as it was.
Smart young man. Stanford, of course, the Georgia Tech Yellow Jacket.
Riley stands in. 1-1 pitch. Ground ball. Ooh, right at the third baseman. Got through and by his glove. Right out to the edge of the grass. So it'll be a base hit for Riley Stanford. He hit that one right and it was sinking. By the time the third baseman got his glove down there, he kind of flipped his glove back under him, Mike, and the ball trickled on out into the edge of the grass and gave Riley a single right there. That'll bring up Clay Albertson.
And again, the leadoff man on Joe.
Yep.
Number 5, Clay Albertson.
Clay got a base hit his first time up tonight.
He did, he did.
He did not start at third base, but came in for more.
Came in the top of the 4th inning. First pitch to him is outside. Clay is actually 1 for 1 in his plate appearance tonight. He singled sharply his first time up. The left-hander awaits. Foul back to the screen.
And he and, of course, his partner, Rice Roddy, out of North Greenville, out of Tigerville, South Carolina.
Yep. Clay's from Pelzer, South Carolina, while Bryce is from Travelers Rest. That's kind of like Claremont to Oakwood, isn't it? Something like that.
Pretty much.
Yep. The pitch. Curveball broken out nicely right around the letters. A couple of strikes now, 0-2.
The Travelers Rest just across the state line, where Pilser is just off of that road off of 85 going over to over to 24.
I believe you're correct on that. I don't go up there along that long snaky road. Big swing and a miss that time to strike Clay out. First out of the inning now, we'll bring up Sam Gilliam. Sam hit into that double play his last time, hit a good sharp single his first time up, came around and scored there in the second inning.
Yeah, Clay hit, I should say that Sam hit is the wrong spot last time up.
Yep.
Again, one of the rare double plays we've seen hit by the Gol'Diggers this season.
I think maybe 2 this season. I'd have to go back and look through my scorebook, Mike, but I think that's one of maybe only 2 they've hit into. Maybe the first one. Swing and a miss and a fastball that drifted towards the outside part of the plate. Sam swung on and missed at that one. Stanford on it first after a single. Bernal checks the runner. Comes set, the pitch. Swung in a curveball that time. It drifted away from him.
Well, Sam Good's going to have just the distinction of being the Gold-Digger who has traveled the farthest to be here on this team this season.
He has, and done a super job as a catcher this year for the Gold-Diggers. Awesome job for him. 0-2 pitch now to Sam. Stayed out. Call strike 3. Ooh. Outside corner. The catcher set up right there, and the home plate umpire punched him out. So struck out looking for the second out of the inning.
Must be getting late for Mr. Griffin.
Bring up Rice Roddy. Rice 1 for 2 on the evening.
Number 24, Rice Roddy.
Rice playing second base tonight for the Gold-Diggers. Playing second, John Anderson DHing tonight. 1 man on, 2 men out. First pitch to Roddy's outside. 1-0. Bottom of the 6th inning. 4-1, Gainesville leads it. The 1-0 pitch, Bernal, low, 2-0. I believe we'll see a new pitcher in for Gainesville here in the top of the 7th, Mike. Saw a guy or 2, a left-hander down there warming up earlier. Might be Ackerson.
And that's just the point. He wants to get more pitchers in the ball game.
Mm-hmm. Foul back. That curveball kind of stayed up there, and by the time that Bryce swung at it, hit off the end of his bat, foul back to the screen. And he hopped up and down after he swung. He's that man, if that left had gone alone, had been ball 3. 2 balls, 1 strike to Roddy. Bernal stands in on the mound. The pitch. Ooh, that one almost hit him. Bounced away. The runner's going to get over to second. Riley Stanford on a wild pitch.
It's not base hit. Could be another insurance run for the Gold-Diggers here at the bottom of the 6th.
It could. Roddy needs to get a hold of one, turn on one, hit it down the line here. Right over the first baseman's head down into the corner. Would be a beautiful sight to see. Faked one, and Riley scampers back, but nobody in green close to him.
You know what would be beautiful?
What?
Let's go deep.
Go deep, that's right. Bryce hadn't had a home run this year. It would be beautiful. The pitch. Swung on and missed. 3-2 now. Fill the count up.
Again, he fell behind. Let's see if we can get on base here with 2 outs.
Mm-hmm. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 2 men out. Bottom of the 6th inning. Bernal checks the runner. Here's the pitch. And it's lifted foul over the third base side. He walks around after kind of falling out over to the right-hander's batter's box, walks around behind, comes back in now. He'll get settled in.
Stanford should be going from second.
Parker Brocious would be next. Number 10 man in the batting order. Here's the pitch to Roddy. Swung on and missed, struck him out.
Another strikeout. Down go the Diggers here in the bottom of the 6th. They had no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and a man left on base. Time to go to the top half of the 7th inning. We're 2/3 of the game down. It's down Gainesville 4 and Brookhaven 1 as you're tuned to Sunbelt League Baseball on 97.5 Glory FM. Top half of the seventh inning, Blake Wehunt back out on the mound for the Gol'Diggers. And look what this new pitcher for Brookhaven's done, Joe. He's came in with, 2 outs in the fifth inning, and he has struck out 4 straight batters that he's faced.
Yep, he got 2. They got 2 outs, and then they got the double by Anderson. Theo walked, put runners on first and second, and John stole third. They brought Bernard in. He struck Bobby out. Then they had a single by Riley Stanford, and then a K, and a K in that sixth inning. So they'll probably leave him in there for another out or 2. In the meantime, Blake Wehunt up for his 7th inning of work. Broken bat to the third baseman. Alberson picks it up on 2 hops. Throws it over to Riley Stanford for the first out, and that was definitely a broken bat. You could hear the crack of it up here, folks. That was Justin Carr, the catcher. So 1 up and 1 down.
What's amazing, though, Joe, here we are, top half of the 7th inning, 1 man down. He's faced 20 men.
Amazing, isn't it? 5-3 on the putout if you're keeping score at home. Adam Haber will now come up. He's 0 for 2 on the inning, on the night, excuse me. Struck out swinging, struck out looking.
He's only had 2 base runners in the ball game, and 1 was retired on a double play.
That's correct, Captain. The pitch. Outside, 1-0. Wehunt looks in, gets his sign. Here's the pitch. Outside corner, call strike. Beautiful pitch after that first one that drifted outside on him.
It's almost like a machine.
Swung on and fouled off the third base side. 1-2. Looks like we might escape. I don't want to jinx us. Might escape without any precipitation tonight, Michael. It's all stayed to the west and south of us, thank goodness. The 1-2 pitch. Swung on him and struck him out. That's 12 on the evening.
You see Sam Gill, he catches the ball, throws it back like a pitching machine back to his pitcher, then boom, he delivers it, and another strikeout.
The only time it doesn't go right back to him is when on strike 3 and Sam throws it down to the third baseman, this time Clay Alberson now down there, and Clay gets it back around to him. Wade Richardson, the second baseman, comes up. He's 0 for 2 on the night. Struck out his last time, the left-hander from Columbia State Community College. Stands in. Curveball stayed outside. 1-0.
Just missed.
Yep, exactly, just missed. The 1-0 pitch. Stayed inside. 2-0. One of the few times tonight that Blake has fallen behind 2-0. A minute ago when he went 2-0, he threw 3 straight strikes to a guy and struck him out. So what he does this time. The pitch. Ground ball right up the middle. Bozer over. Had him played that way. On to first for the out. 6-3 on the putout. 3 up and 3 down for 6 of the 7 innings tonight. And
down go the Bucks in order here in the 7th inning. 7th inning stretch time from Ivy Watson Baseball Field, with the Gol'Diggers leading by a score of 4-1 as you're tuned to Sunbelt League Baseball on 97.5 Glory FM. Oh, we heard the piano style, but the organ was being played tonight by Ryan Phillips and for Ryan Casper. I did a great job playing the organ, too. Give you a big
I had to get that organ
high
up here.
five
What I
on that, I'm
wanted.
telling you.
I had to get that electric organ up here. I tell you what, that's pretty cool. Carried up those 15 steps and get in here, and arranged did a very nice job.
The organ player at Truist Park didn't do nearly as good job.
Leading off for the Gol'Diggers in the bottom of the 7th inning.
All right, time for rally time. 7th inning of play for the Gol'Diggers. Is Parker Brocious, the right fielder, up.
Let's go ahead and get 10 right here, or go ahead and get
That's it.
7 right here and
Yeah.
end it. Blake has thrown 86 pitches through 7 innings, Michael. A good piece of work right there. Benal faces Parker Brocious here to lead off the bottom of the 7th. First pitch to Parker's outside, ball 1. Parker,
We just need 7 runs, by the way, Joe.
that's all we need. That's exactly right. Need 7. We've had 2 and 1 and 1. Swung on a miss at a fastball that stayed up on Parker. 2 and 1. Parker got on with a hit by pitch, stole a base, and then got scored on a double by Anderson the last time.
His first time against this guy.
Yep, it is. Ball outside, 2 and 1. Benal stands in there pretty confident, Mike, for a looks like a fairly young guy on the face from here to there. That one's tapped out there. The shot just over the shortstop's head for a base hit. Wow. And that time, Diamont went over there and hopped up in there and went right over the top of his glove for a nice little base hit, a little one-hopper by Parker Brocious
So
to get
again, the
started.
leadoff man's on, buddy, so now it's time to give him a round.
Jackson Mayo comes to the plate again.
The extra hitter, number 2, Jackson Mayo.
And we're going to have a pitching change as the head coach comes out.
That's interesting.
Be the third man of the night for the Bucks. Let's see, he's a left-hander.
That's what we'll do with a pitching change taking place here at Ivy Watsonville. We're back after this 1-minute timeout. You're tuned to Gol'Diggers Baseball on 97.5 Glory FM. Bottom of the 7th inning, an interesting pitching change taking place by the head coach of the Bucks. He went out there quickly after only the second hit given up.
Yeah, kind of surprising. He got a left-hander there, Braden Mefford.
Braden Mefford.
And Mefford's from Kennesaw, Georgia, plays at the University of the South. Kind of surprised by that because the guy had struck out,
Was it 6? No, 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the 6 hitters that he faced, Mike.
Yep.
Or four of the 6 hitters that he faced. So kind of surprising right there.
Yeah, he had the one strikeout there in the 5th, struck out the side, the 6th, and here in the 7th, had that one base hit, and like he's out.
Yep, exactly. Might have been one of those things that, okay, he needs to come out now. Who knows? So Mefford's Mefford. That's how you spell his last name. Mefford will come in with a runner on.
That was the leadoff man, so he went officially 1 in a 3rd innings.
That's correct. And our leadoff man, Jackson Mayo, will come to the plate with his new pitcher. Lefty versus lefty. Let's see how Jackson fares against him. He's
First pitch swinging.
1 for 2 on the night. Might be. That one stayed low the whole time. Bounced out in front of the catcher, Carr.
Well, he swung the first pitch of the ball game.
Yep.
And it went deep.
Yep, gave him the lead early. You know, pitchers want to get ahead of that guy, so the leadoff hitter, and that's what that guy's want to do, and he threw it right in Jackson's sweet spot, and he hammered it. That one bounced away just enough for Parker Brocious to scamper over to second base, and that will be a wild pitch as it bounced up there. Now we got a runner in scoring position. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Good way to start this inning, Mike.
Absolutely.
You got to get them over to score them 7 runs we need, right?
And go home happy early.
Well, turns around, the pitcher does, to fake the throw to second, but Parker back in plenty of time. He doesn't even make the attempt to throw. The 1-0 pitch by Mefford. It is. Stayed low. 2-0.
Well, you mentioned, too, the Bucks are in action tomorrow night in a Mecca game, I'm assuming.
And that might be why he took that guy out so quick, Mike, because they do play again tomorrow night, and they've got a couple next week, so they want to save him as well as he is doing so far. He may be looking at him tomorrow night. There's a ground ball foul down the first base side. First base coach bends down, makes the play. 2 balls, 1 strike now to the leadoff man, Jackson Mayo. Jackson steps out, now he steps back in. It's on Mefford to get the sign. He's got it. Goes from the stretch position. The pitch. That one stayed inside almost. Did it hit him? Yep, it must have.
Wow, just grazing in.
Yep. He's going to head down to first.
So the catcher caught it. Just
Well, it
grazed
must have grazed him on the uniform as it went by him there. So
Left
the
fielder,
hit by
number
pitch is going to
1,
be Jackson
Trip
Mayo.
Moore.
And now we got runners on first and second. And Trip Moore is at the plate. Trip with 2 for 2 tonight with a sacrifice. Now a coach is coming out. And now they're going to, it's not the head coach, so they're going to go over their defensive positioning, I'm sure. Talk about what they're doing right here. Tripp is, the reason he's 2 for 2 that last time was a sacrifice fly that scored a run, got an RBI on, and the sacrifice fly does not count that bad is the way I understand it.
Correct.
So he's 2 for 2 on the evening. Race is averaging another point or 2, up from 341 to about 343 probably. And 10 RBIs on the season now for Tripp. Long meeting out there. He's got the first baseman, the third baseman, the pitcher, the catcher, and the coach. Now, so I don't know if they're going to be looking for a bunt, or, you know, you would think that all for them to meet like that, that's probably what they're thinking about. Who knows? I'll give you how they're standing. First baseman right now is standing behind Jackson Mayo. Third baseman is actually a step behind, not even with the back, I guess. Second and third baseman are pinched in, but now they back up. Here's the pitch. He was squaring the bunt, but he goes outside to Trip Moore. 1-0.
One of the few things we've not seen it as a bunt play.
That's right. That's right. Tripp stands in. 1 ball, no strikes. 4-1 Gainesville leads here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Banal checks his runners. Here's the pitch. He squares the bunt again. That one drifts inside. 2-0. Tripp with a good eye right here at this at bat, Mike.
It's almost like he's playing cat and mouse with the pitchers. I'm not really going to bunt him. I'm going to make you think I'm bunting it.
Make the infielders
Throw a
think it's
strike.
First baseman playing behind Jackson at first. Got to watch, make sure they don't throw it behind him. He's trying to sneak in there behind him. See what they do right here. Now they come home. Tripp bunts it, but it hits it foul over towards the on-deck circle. And John Anderson will come over and pick it up. Toss it back to the Gainesville dugout. Coach Owens comes in a few steps down there, well in foul territory. Tripp stands in with a 2-1 count. Banal checks his runners. The pitch. Squaring the rim. That's a hit out into left field. Left fielder will play it. Now the runners have to back up in a hurry as they go back there, and they made it back easily. Had to slide into second, but they're back in. A hard hit ball by Trip Moore out to left field, but it was sharply hit, Mike. So they had to scamper back to their bases.
And the hope was going to drop in the left field, but instead the left fielder gets it for the out.
Number 29, John
He pretty much
Anderson.
just stood in his tracks. So now 1 man out, runners on first and second. John Anderson will come up. John 1 for 3 on the night. Doubled his last time up, stole a base, stranded at third. First pitch, here it is. Runner at first go, runner at third going. Excuse me, runner from second went to third. The pickoff play went to first, and Jackson's back in time. Gets under the throw over, but Parker Brocious will be at third with a stolen base.
Unofficially 6 stolen bases now for the Gold-Diggers. And again, Micah loves to steal third base.
He does. Get that runner in scoring position. The pitch stayed low. 1-0 to John Anderson.
That's what, the 3rd stolen base at third base tonight.
I believe that's correct. Moore had one. Anderson has had one.
The first run of the ball game came.
Parker Brocious, yep. At the knees. Call strike, 1-1. Yep, we had 3 at third tonight. Moore, Anderson, and then Brocious. And one of those 2 early ones scored. See if we can have to go over again. Ooh, and they threw it away. That runner's going to come home, and he will stand up at home as it went over. The first baseman tried to ole it and flipped his glove and bounced the ball back towards the pitcher, which allowed the runner, Brocious, to come in and score. Is that error going to be on the first baseman or the pitcher? The bad throw, so I'm looking at the scorekeeper.
And run scores
Pitcher.
make it 5-1.
Yep. So we got an E1 to score that man, and Jackson Mayo still at first base, but another runner in, makes it 5. Swung on a miss, the runner goes down to second, and he'll be safe as he got under the tag. The ball was right there on top, and Jackson gets up slowly. That's the way he went diving in there. I don't know if the ball hit him or what, but he gets up slowly, but he's okay. So another stolen base by Jackson Mayo. Go back over to my stat sheets, Mike.
I was saying the running Gold-Diggers, I'm telling you, buddy.
For real. Mayo was 17 out of 21 stolen bases this year. How about that? Next pitch is low to John Anderson. And John will stand back in there. Medford gets a sign. Checks Jackson at second. The pitch swung on and missed a big cut that time. And it strikes him out for 2 men out now in the inning.
First strikeout by the new pitcher here for the Bucks.
Theo Bryant is supposed to be up, and it is Theo. Yep, number 15.
Bottom of the 7th inning.
Fielder,
Gold-Diggers leading 5-1.
Theo will come up again. Theo is 0 for 2 on the night. Walked and left stranded after a stolen base his last time up. Trying to get in his outfield mate, Jackson Mayo, who's EHing tonight. Big swing and a miss by Theo at that breaking ball.
I'll tell you, as a fan, I want to see Blake Weehunt pitch in the 8th inning, Joe.
Now, I think a lot of them want to. They still got a left-hander in there warming up. Not sure if that's Ackerman or if that's Jake Beaver. Whoever it is, they're going to be in for a culture shock because they're not going to throw as hard as Blake has. That one stayed inside, 1-1.
Yeah, we'd love to know where you're tuned in to our broadcast this evening. You can send me a text anytime to 470-660-1799.
Call him, folks. Text him. Let him know, hey, we're listening
That
in from
includes our viewer over in Japan.
There you go. 1-1 count. The pitch. Low, bounced away just a little bit, not enough for the runner to advance.
I tell you, I cannot imagine the jet lag he has to have right now.
Well, you fly all day yesterday, you might have got a few hours sleep, and all of a sudden it's 8 o'clock in the morning or where when you start listening to it. It's 13 hours, I think you said, ahead of us. So that's about 10 o'clock in the morning over there almost. Glad you're listening in, Mr. Casper. 2-1 pitch. Ooh, that one hit him on the left shoulder.
So another hitter been hit by a pitch.
Theo will go down to first now, hit by a pitch.
Plunk.
That's 3 on the night, I believe, isn't it? Yep. We had Brocious and then Jackson a minute ago.
To this inning.
Yep, second one this inning. So 2 men out, runners on first and second. Bobby Boser, number 8.
The shortstop, number 8, yep. Bobby Boser.
Bobby stands in. Bobby is 0 for 2 tonight. He did walk. Left stranded at first back in the first inning. South Florida product. That one bounced up there.
Now, I mentioned Mr. Casper, the owner of the team. I got to tell you that the name of his company that owns the Gol'Diggers is Friendly Ghost Sports Limited, LLC.
Friendly Ghost Sports.
Casper.
Ghost or go?
Ghost.
Ghost. I thought
Casper, the Friendly Ghost.
I like it. Friendly Ghost Sports. There you go. I love it. I love it. The 1-0 pitch now by Banal. Or Mefford, excuse me. It's outside. Mefford. 2 in a row. He's been a little wild this inning, even though he's got the 2 outs. Last one, or 2 batters ago, was a strikeout. Both are ahead in the count 2-0 now.
Yeah, the run that scored this inning, by the way, was the responsibility of Mahal, the first pitcher used here in this inning.
Bounced away for ball 3. Yep. Banal was he got a base hit off Banal, then a wild pitch, stolen base, and then scored on the error. Well, actually, he was his responsibility, even though it didn't come until after.
Maybe an unearned run, too, so it really didn't hurt him.
Right. The 2-0 pitch by Mefford. Here it is. Strike call. Two and 1. 3 and 1, excuse me. See the home plate umpire stick his hands up there. 3 balls, 1 strike.
Very good. Thank you, Rusty.
Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 2.
So now the count's full.
Full count. And it's got to be way out of the zone. I would think he might be swinging at anything. Let's see. Bobby stands in. Again, named the All-Star MVP, All-Star Game MVP last Sunday night. Swung on check swing, but he went through with it and strikes out that man for the 3rd out, but they did get a run.
Yeah, they get another insurance run here in the 7th inning. We'll go the top half of the 8th. It's the Gol'Diggers 5 and the Bucks 1 as your tune to Sun Belt League Baseball on 97.5 Glory FM.
Now pitching for your Gol'Diggers, number 11, Jake Beaver.
Well, the night is over for Blake Weehunt. What a game he had. He pitches 7 innings, allows 1 hit, and he only faced 22 batters in the ball game. Is now Jake Beaver out of Flowery Branch takes over for the Gol'Diggers here in the top half of the 8th. Once again, to bring you the play-by-play, here's Joe Gailey.
And to talk about how good that outing was, and hopefully Jake can continue here, 12 strikeouts and no walks for Mr. Weehunt, Mike. So another stellar outing for the big
Only 2 men reached base, Joe, and only 1 above the minimum. He hit a runner, hit a batter to start the 3rd inning, and then he came around after he had a stolen base, a wild pitch, a broken bat infield single gives them the only run of the ball game, and that was the only hit of the ball game was a broken bat hit.
The 2 balls hit out of the infield, both of them fly balls against Blake on the night. So maybe this change of pace here, bringing Blake in, will offset them some more. Jack Herring will come in, the right fielder, is the first man up for the Bucks here in the top of the 8th inning. 6 outs to go for the Gol'Diggers to go win their 19th game of the season to surpass last year's regular season total.
No, match
19?
Yeah, they were 19-9 last year.
Gotcha. Not bad, thank you. I need 2 more tonight and next Monday. Could wind up 22-6 if they won the rest.
They went out.
Yep, that one's low. There's a ball. Herring steps out, now he steps back in. The left-hander Beaver deals. Outside corner, call strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. Twice in a row I've been able to see the umpire signal. The pitch. Curveball, outside corner, nice one by Jake. Broke it off nicely. Stay on that outside corner now, 2-2. Top of the 8th inning. Gainesville leads it 5-1. The pitch, Beaver. That one's hit inside out swing, hit foul down towards the batting cage, out of play. Got 2 guys warming up in the bullpen for Gainesville, a couple of righties.
Sure, reminds where he's going to play college ball. He just graduated from Fly Branch High.
He'll be a Georgia State Panther this fall, Mike. Evans, ground ball right up the middle. Bobby Bozer got over there, scooped it up, threw over, and can't get it over there to first. That was a hard one to play, but a good throw would have got him. Is that going to be an E6 or E3, Mr. Scorekeeper?
Or a
E6.
Hit. So E6.
Well, now it's a tough one to call because he got that one basically at 1 step past the past second on the first base side and tried to hurry and make the throw, and he bounced it over there.
That's why I was saying move base hit, but could have been a second infield base hit, but instead you're going to score an error.
Well, we'll see if Michael wants to change that one later, which he might do, or if the scorekeeper might decide to make him want to change it. Let's see what he does. Scott Mudler now at the plate, the left-handed hitter in the H. 0 for 2 on the evening. Number 6, first pitch to him is a ball.
But Mantar Left is official. That's the word.
The official. Yeah. What goes in the record books.
I know Todd Pratt says he is the man.
That's right. 1 ball, no strikes. The pitch stayed outside, 2-0.
Of the commissioners enjoying our broadcast also is one of the few places you're going to hear Sunbelt League baseball is here on 97.5 Glory FM with the Gol'Diggers YouTube channel broadcast.
Mm-hmm. Only a couple of us in the state that does it. I think we're the only one, and obviously above north of Atlanta that does it. 2-0 pitch. That one's hit a little flare, and it'll be a base hit out into left field. Trip Moore will scoop it up, throw it back into the infield. So finally a solid base hit, if you will. Get some runners on first and second here in the 8th inning for the Brookhaven Bucks. I'll bring up Kyle Carlson, first baseman. Where's number 2, Carlson? Mentioned earlier in the broadcast, he plays college ball right up the road at Piedmont University.
Number 2, Kyle Carlson.
It's home to the Lions, by the way, and there's a brand new conference. They're splitting Division III of the USA South into 2 different conferences this year.
Really? So, but it's still, when you say it's 2 different conferences, as far as it won't be the Southern or whatever conference.
Won't be the USA South.
Oh, okay.
The Collegiate Conference of the South.
How about that?
And I think Piedmont's part of that new alignment.
Why are they changing it? Did they give a reason?
19 schools in USA South.
Wow. That's why they're changing it. First one was fouled off to the screen, 0-1.
One of those monster Division III conferences.
Mm-hmm. Swung on the miss. Good outside pitch with Jake right there. That is a monster conference. 19 schools in it. Be like the SEC here in a few years having 18 schools in it. May add a couple more. Who knows? They may be up to 20 by 2025. Keep adding. 0-2 pitch from Beaver. Coming to Carlson. Here it is. Swung on and missed. Struck him out.
Good job.
Nice, Jake. Nice job by Beaver right there. First strike out of the game for him. 13 overall by Gainesville pitching. Drew Miller now at the plate. Coming to the plate. Drew, the left fielder for the Bucks.
Left fielder,
You know, Joe, back in the day, remember there was a John Wayne movie called Big Jake.
Big Jake, that's exactly right. Remember that one well. There wasn't many that I didn't see. I didn't see some of his early black and white ones, but man, I tell you what, I always enjoy watching him act. First pitch to Beaver, from Beaver to Miller. Here it is. Nice curveball. That was a beauty. That one started out headed at the pitcher, or heading at the hitter, and broke right across there beautifully across the plate, Mike. 0-1 now. Runners on first and second. That's Herring at second. Mudler at second at first. Jake Beaver, that high leg kick from the left-hander. There it is. That one stayed, oh, that bounced away and probably went over the fence. It did. So both runners will move up 90 feet. So that's a wild pitch.
Now, my question is just as a layman here, why would that not be a run with the guy going to third or going ahead and scoring?
He did not have third obtained, and the throw was from the infield, not the outfield. That's the way I would explain it, because that's the way I interpret it.
Very good. Mr. Former Umpire, you.
Only gets one. Runners on second and third now. Here's the pitch. That one's lifted. It'll be a base hit. Be out there into left center. One run will score. 2 runs will score. The throw gets cut off at third. Well, they're at the pitcher's mound by our third baseman. So 2 more runs in now, making it 5-3.
Well, I'm surprised that second run, he came all the way around.
Yep. He came in from second after the wild pitch. And so Herring scored from third, Mudler from second. Miller now at first with a 2 RBI single. Brings up Aiden Wright.
It didn't ball hit that hard, but he gets the 2 RBI.
Well, hit it solidly, and he hit it out there into right center. So Tripmore had a long way to go get it. And when he got it, Corrales got it thrown back in. The runner was able to stand up, easily score standing up. I knew what I wanted to say, I just couldn't say it.
That was tripping left, right?
Yeah. What did I say? Trip.
In right.
Yeah. No, he's in left. Trip's in left. Parker's in right. Theo's in center.
And who's on first?
That would be Riley Stanford. Now, that's going to be all for him as Coach Mike Owens comes out.
All right.
Let's see who the next man is going to be. It's going to be a right-hander. He'll come trot in from the bullpen area for Gainesville. Looks like it's going to be Zach Valentine, judging from the
as
haircut.
he gets his warm-ups, Coach Mike Owens making the pitching change as Jake Beaver gives up 2 runs. It's now Gainesville 5, Brookhaven 3. We're back in 1 minute with more Gold Diggers baseball.
Now pitching for your Gold Diggers, number 13, Zach Valentine. Fans, we want to let you know here through the remainder of the ball game, we do have Gold Diggers apparel on sale at the concession stand tonight. Also, we want to congratulate one of our sponsors, Clipper Petroleum. They opened their new gas station today on Thompson Bridge Road. You can also buy their apparel for sale at the new gas station.
And back
so
here
make sure to stop by and get your
Ivy
Gold
Watson
Digger
Field
apparel
now.
tonight.
You got a save situation. The new pitcher is Gainesville's own Zach Valentine.
And Zach, on the season, has pitched 19 in the 3rd inning. He struck out 27 and walked 7. His ERA is 2.33.
Let me echo what Ryan Phillips just said. Congratulations to one of the Gold Diggers corporate sponsors, Tom Bauer of Clipper Petroleum. Opened up his brand new Clipper store on Thompson Bridge Road at the intersection of Anoda and Thompson Bridge Road. And today was their first day of operation. His daughter Haley is the one in charge of that location. She's a former athlete here locally, playing softball in high school and college back in the day. And Tom Bauer's a great family, a great corporate sponsor. You can buy your Gainesville Gold Diggers gear there at the Clipper store. And coming up next year, you'll have a Gold Digger slushie coming.
That's right. Aiden Wright, number 33, the 3rd baseman. Right back to Zach. Zach went right off his glove to second, to third, to short. Got the twin killing right there. Went right by Zach's glove. He didn't see it. He's telling his first base coach, and the ball went out, and it played right to Bryce Roddy, who flipped it to Bobby Bozer over to Riley Stanford for the twin killing, and they got out of the inning.
Just that way with one pitch, right? So did it hit his?
I think it went off his glove, so it'd be 1-4-6-3 if you count it that way.
Yeah, and that'll do it for the Bucks here in The 8th inning of play will go the bottom half of the 8th. It's now Gainesville 5, Brookhaven 3 as you're tuned to Gol'Diggers Baseball on 97.5 Glory FM.
Spring became the summer. Who'd have believed you'd come along? Hand, touching hand, reaching out.
Oh, nothing like fun, the old ball game with Joe, Mike, and Ryan here in the press box back in our studios producing the game. Nathan, ladies, see if you hear this in the background. Here we go. Here, back. There you go. There we go.
Sorry, I had to add
Bottom of the 8th inning, and maybe the last at bat for the Gol'Diggers. Big thing is get the win for Blake Wehunt, who went 7 strong innings, and then you can bring Zach Valentine in, throws 1 pitch, gets 2 outs. That's what you love.
You can't let them off the hook and let Blake spoil a great outing by Blake Wehunt tonight. You just can't do that if you're Gainesville for sure.
It's time to add some more runs here, Joe.
Yep, Riley Stanford, Clay Alberson, Sam Gilliam due up for the Gol'Diggers here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Looking down, it is Riley, and it is Clay, and it is Sam standing there swinging the wood.
Let you know, 4 weeks from tonight, we'll join Ryan Phillips at the high gates at Spartan Field in Oakwood as West Hall takes on the East Hall Vikings to start the 2022 high school football season here on 97.5 Glory FM with Friday night football in North Georgia.
And Ryan, as I tell everybody on the air, Ryan, I'll tell you what I told Mike. I just hope it's not 95 degrees that night, okay? It's football season. It's got to cool down. So, yeah. Bum, bum, bum. Riley Stanford will step in.
Gol'Diggers in the
Riley
inning. First baseman,
singled.
number 18.
Got the
Riley
second on the
Stanford.
wild pitch. And he's left stranded there back in the 6th inning. He's 1 for 3 on the evening. Stands in against Mefford, up for his 2nd inning of work, I believe. Yes, it is. Stands in. Here's the pitch. Outside, stay. Oh, call strike.
Yeah, he pitched, got all 3 outs in the 7th inning, so he's pitched 1 inning officially.
Yep, he did, because they got the runner on with a base hit, and then hit by a pitch, and then he came in and got a fly ball, a strikeout, hit by a pitch and a walk, or a strikeout, excuse me. Riley steps out for a second, then he steps back in. 0-2 pitch coming from Mefford. Here it is. That one stayed outside, 1-2. Looked like he dropped down almost 3/4 that time and delivered, and it stayed out on the outside part of the plate in the left-hand batter's box almost the entire time. Mefford looks in. Here's the pitch. That curved ball looks like it drifted up and away from him. So 2-2 now. Yes, I did have my coffee tonight, Nathan. I just got a tickle in my throat now for some reason. 2-2 pitch swung on and foul right back here at the screen.
He just parched what it is. I understand that really dry tonight.
It is dry, though. The humidity was tough out there for the game. I went down a couple of times to get lineups and whatnot, and I came back up sweating both times, which is not unusual for me, but most of them I'm not. But it was sticky tonight. 2-2 count on Stanford. Stands in to get Mefford pitch. Swung on and missed it, bounced away. Catcher's going to pick it up. He'll throw it down there, and he'll be out as he goes K, but then 2-3 on the putout. First out of the inning, will bring up Clay Alberson, Clay came back in the
Number 5,
top of the
Clay
fourth inning
Iverson.
for Brady Moore. And
Just throw that bat.
yep, he's 1 for 2 on the evening. Singled his first at bat, struck out the last time. The pitch to Clay. He swung. If that curveball broke in there, I believe it would have been a strike either way. He's sort of check swing, but I believe it would have been a strike either way, Mike. Way it broke in there, nicely curved across the outside part of the plate on that left-hander. The 0-1 pitch. That one didn't break. Stayed out there the whole time. Now they want to change balls because evidently that one is not dirty enough. He threw it, and luckily Clay looked up when he did because he had to catch it. He threw it a little bit too far inside as they changed balls right there. The pitch. That one almost hit him. 2-1.
Goes all the way to the fence.
Sam Gillian, Johnny on the spot, comes up there and grabs it, hands it back to our home plate umpire, Rusty Griffin. 4 weeks away is football season. Holy moly. 2-1. Strike call. 2-2 now.
August 19th. First
Well,
night of the season for
and
us.
Some of these guys start as early as what, the 12th or even the
Well, with scrimmage games.
the third with scrimmages.
Mm-hmm.
There's a foul ball lifted over the third base.
On the 5th.
Yeah.
And the season kicks off officially on the 17th on Wednesday night at the Corky Kell Kickoff Classic as the Cherokee Bluff Bears take on the Kell Longhorns down at Johns Creek at the Coliseum down there.
Wow. There's a Coliseum at Johns Creek?
Yeah, on the Gladiators.
Oh, okay. 2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Struck him out. So 2 men up, 2 strikeouts here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Bring up Sam Gilliam, the aforementioned catcher. 1 for 3 on the evening.
The catcher, number 6, Sam Gilliam.
Sam will step in, looking for his second hit of the night. They got the Atlanta Gladiators, the soccer team. What's the Gladiators? What do they play?
Hockey.
Hockey. Gotcha.
They play at the Gas South Arena.
Oh, okay. So they're going to play it inside. Okay. There's a high chopper foul down the third base line.
But the Johns Creek Gladiators are the hosts for the Corky Kell Kickoff Classic on the 17th with Cherokee Bluff and Kell.
And they'll play it in the inside field?
No, it's outdoors.
Oh, okay. You said the Coliseum. That's why I was.
Right.
Yeah. There's a pitch. Outside corner. Sam didn't necessarily agree with that call as he kind of turned around and shakes his head.
It's going to be the second time in the ball game we go down in order with strikeouts, Joe.
You could. Depending on what happens right here.
Needs Sam to do something.
Mefford gets his sign from Carr. Foul back over the top. Directly back over the top, actually. Home plate umpire signaling that he's out of baseballs. They need one to the pitcher. He gets it. You know, he's about ready. 0-2 pitch. 2 men out here. Bottom of the 8th. (5-3) Gainesville. The pitch. Swung on and missed. Throw it down to first for the putout. And 3 up, 3 down with 3 strikeouts again.
And we'll go to the top half of the 9th inning. 3 outs away from victory. Gainesville needs 3 outs. And the Bucks need 3 runs to keep this thing alive. It's 5-3 Gainesville. You're tuned to 97.5 Glory FM.
Till 90
So we go to the top half of the ninth inning, 3 outs away from victory for the Gol'Diggers. It'll be number 19, matching the all-time victory win total for the team.
Zach Valentine up for his second inning work. Cole Forrest, Dimitri Diamant, and Justin Carr. 8, 9, and 1.
10.
We want to keep it, or excuse me, 8, 9, and 10. I said 8, 9, and 1 because I'm saying that. 8, 9, and 10. Due up. We want to keep it at 8, 9, and 10 here in this inning. Forrest is 0 for 2 on the night, or 0 for 1, excuse me, got hit by a pitch. Scored way back in the third on that chopper. Really, his infield single is probably one of the hardest hit balls in the infield all night, and they got a hit out of it because he hit it, he sawed his bat off in his hand. So Forrest stands in. First pitch by Valentine's, a strike at the knees.
That's only his second pitch, by the way, Joe.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going for a save. As he came in the ball game with a 2-run lead for the Gol'Diggers.
Curveball broke over the right-hand side batter's box. 1-1 now by Valentine to Forrest. The pitch by Zach. Ooh, didn't mean to swing. Thank goodness it hit his bat over to the first base side. One of the coaches for the Gol'Diggers scoops it up and throws it back out there to Valentine.
Could be Coach Stewart down there.
0-2. There it is. Strike 3. Call outside corner. Batter didn't agree with it, but guess what? Punched you out. Strike out 1. Looking. So first strikeout of the day. 14 on the night for Gainesville
the shortstop,
pitchers.
number 9, Dimitri Diamant.
Yeah, we had 12. Beaver had 1. Now 1 for Valentine. Diamant
stands in. 1 for 2 on the evening. You know, it's a good evening for your pitchers. If you only face 3 at a time, sharp foul ball right past the umpire at third base out on the foul side of the line. And you can't call it a foul line, Mike, because that's a fair line. If it's any part of that chalk, it's fair. The 0-1 pitch now by Valentine to Diamant outside, 1-1. 3, 4, and 2 for the Bucks. 5, 8, and 1 for the Gol'Diggers. Want to hold them right here, Zach. Foul back, 1 and 2. Zach gets the ball thrown back in from the umpire. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 man out here. Top of the 9th inning from Ivy Watson. Ground ball foul. Right into, I don't know if it went all the way in or just knocked out there, but it went down into the area of the big tarp that's rolled up down there. The coach for the Bucks was able to go down and corral that one. Here the pitch is. High fly ball. Left center field. Theo Bryant goes over, makes the grab for the second out of the inning.
Now Gol'Digger fans, get to your feet. There's 1 out away from victory.
Does that mean you want me to stand up too? Won't be able to see with the curtain down farther away? Because I'm a Gol'Digger fan. Just asking the question. Yeah. Justin Carr, the catcher now, will step up with trying to keep the game going for the Brookhaven Bucks. He's 0 for 2 on the evening. Double play, hit into a double play. First time up. And then first pitch to him is outside corner, called strike, then hit a ground ball down to Clay Albertson at third. It's last time up. Valentine gets ahead of him in a hurry. 0-1 now. The pitch. That one's outside. Started to go, but he held up easily. They asked for help, and then we'll say no, he didn't. If he'd have said yes, I'd have been ooh, even for the other team. 1-1. 2 men out here. Valentine looks in. The pitch. That one's hit foul over the first base dugout. One of the first ones we've seen over the first base dugout tonight here late in the game. Coach from Brookhaven throws a couple of balls over to Gainesville dugout. Coach Chris Carpenter comes out and corrals them. 1-2 pitch now. Could end it right here. Zach, inside corner. Call strike. 3, and that is your ball game, Michael.
And down the Bucks go here in the 9th inning of play. Zach Valentine gets the save. Blake Wehunt gets the win. Gold Diggers win. Final score, Gainesville 5, Brookhaven 3. We're back in 1 minute to wrap it up for you here live from Ivy Watson Field on 97.5 Glory FM.
Brookhaven Bucks 3. Fans, we want to thank you for coming out to tonight's ball game. Fans, remember your kids can come out on the field and run the bases as soon as we clear the field here in just a moment. Final box score tonight for your Gainesville Gol'Diggers. They had 5 runs on 8 hits with 1 error. For the Brookhaven Bucks, 3 runs on 4 hits and 2 errors. Your winning pitcher tonight for your Gainesville Gol'Diggers was Blake Wehunt. He goes 7 innings pitched with 1 hit, 1 run, and 12 strikeouts. The save tonight is credited to Zach Valentine. Thank you again for tonight's attendance, folks. Hope you have a safe ride home, and go Gol'Diggers!
Wrapping things up here from Ivy Watson Field. Joe and Mike with you. Nathan back at our studios. Ryan Casper says, good job, Ryan Phillips. He had to do a great night for our substitute PA announcer, that voice of West Hall Sports, as it was all Gold Diggers until that interesting 8th inning of play where they scored 2 runs as a masterful pitching performance. It was definitely a masterpiece by Blake Wehunt, who went 7 innings, allowed just 1 hit, 2 base runners, 1 above the limit. And then it was Jake Beaver coming on in the 8th inning. He had just 1 out. Zach Valentine comes in, pitches, throws 1 pitch, gets a double play, and then he retires the Bucks in order here in the 9th. Gets the win for the Gold Diggers as they win by a final score of 5-3. And Joe Gilly has the totals.
3 runs, 3 hits, 2 errors, and an interesting statistic, ladies and gentlemen, 0 men left on base for Brookhaven. 5 runs, 8 hits, 1 error, 9 men left on base for the Gold Diggers. I'll throw these stats out there, Mike. Gainesville pitchers tonight, 15 strikeouts, 0 walks. Yeah, you had a hits batter early on in the game, but that's the only man that got on the like what you would consider a walk. It was a hit by pitch, and so no walks and 15 strikeouts by Gainesville pitchers, 12 by Blake Wehunt.
Besides a no-hitter, have you ever seen no left on base in a ball game?
That's the first time. Usually the lowest number you'll see is 1 with 0 left on base. I went back to make sure I was right, and it is, because you had the double play and the double play to wipe runners off the board there. And the Gainesville, out of the 9 innings, Mike, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of the 9 innings were 1, 2, 3 innings. That tells you how good and how in command Gainesville pitchers were throughout the evening, what kind of defense Gainesville played behind their pitchers.
That tells you how good your home team is.
Yes,
19
sir.
wins down the season, 19-8, 3 games to play. A doubleheader here at Ivy Watson Field on Monday against the Waleska Wild Things. It all begins at 4:30 with the first pitch of the twilight doubleheader. They're playing 2 because last Monday's game, this past Monday, was postponed due to rains. They're playing 2 7-inning games. We'll go on the air Monday at 4:15 here from Ivy Watson Field. I'll be curious to see how Micah Owings really uses his roster, because I got a feeling you'll have probably 2 catchers, I would think, in the doubleheader. I'll be curious to see how he throws his pitchers in that doubleheader. Their last home games of the season coming up on Monday. They'll wrap up the 2022 regular season on the road in Lawrenceville on Tuesday against the Gwinnett Astros, and they're back here at Ivy Watson Field next Friday night. We'd love to see a big crowd on hand here as the Gold Diggers will be in action in the semifinals of the Sun Belt League tournament.
And that'll be really fun to see. And of course, Monday, we're looking forward to it. It's going to be hot, but I'm sure, like you mentioned, that head coach Mike Owens will probably use a lot of people that day on Monday because it's going to be warm, number one. But you want to get some people some more at-bats, some more PT before tournament time, before the playoffs begin next Friday. And it's nice to have that 19th win. Let's go ahead and get a couple more next week and break our own personal record, if we regular season record, and go into the playoffs on a high note.
Looking for win number 20 and 21 coming up on Monday. Get this game. We zipped along 2 hours and 26 minutes tonight.
Second fastest of the season, or maybe the fastest of the season. How about that?
And credit again, Blake Weehunt.
Oh,
What
yeah.
a great job he had.
Exactly. Super night by the pitchers, and glad to be out here and witness it. It was really fun.
Total team victory for the game this evening. Once again, the final score, your Gainesville Gol'Diggers 5 and the Brookhaven Bucks 3. Tonight's game on 97.5 Glory FM was brought to you by Conditioned Air Systems, by NGPG Ortho and Sports Medicine, by Long Street Cafe, and by North Hall Tire and Wheel. I mean, for the entire sports team at 97.5 Glory FM, for producer Nathan Laddie, for Joe Gay, even for our PA announcer tonight, Ryan Phillips, I'm Mike Warford, and for our owner over in Japan, Richie Castle, we say sayonara from Ivy Watson Baseball Field. Good night, everybody.